about Flan actually getting something in return for the number, Ted.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've heard a couple of times where guys would promise opposing players a Rolex or something nice, and somehow it just gets lost in the shuffle. Guy gets his number, forgets to hand over the watch.
3-1, foul ball fouled on the third base side, second deck. Hey, I think if you say it, you better do it.
Hey, I agree 100%, but I know for a fact that there was a guy that wore number 10 here for the Dodgers, and a new player came on board and said, hey, man, that's my number. I need it. And I says, okay, I'm happy to give it to you. I'll give you a watch for it. So the player gave over the number 10 and never got his watch.
Oh, man, I would hound that guy every day. Put signs in his locker. Leave him nasty texts, hate mail.
I kept hoping I'd have a number that somebody wanted.
Chase Headley 4 for 4 yesterday, and a ground ball today. First backhand under the glove of Herrera. That goes into right field. And Forsythe reads it. He's on the way to third base, and what it should have been an out, if not a double play. And I'm assuming a double play. They tell you can't assume it. Well, I'm assuming it. Instead, first and third, and one away. Under the glove of Herrera.
Yeah, big break for the Padres. Breaking ball down and in. Chase Headley rolls over it. And as you said, that's a routine ground ball to the first baseman. Easy double play. And now you have to wonder if the fact that Rivera is in the sunshine and the entire rest of the infield is in shadow, whether he just lost the ball off the shadows of the bat. Regardless, that play's got to be made.
So Loney, of course, is their main guy, but he's not hitting. And Rivera does, and with much more power, though he's nowhere near the glove that Loney is. And has been a predominant outfielder for much of his career. More so than first base. It showed there. The big fella Carlos Quentin takes outside ball one. Those early games in April when Aaron had to start in Petco and here and so forth. The opening series, plural, Carlos was not playing. Runners off the corners to 1-0. Ground ball to third. This is a double play ball, but it's booted by Kennedy. He lost the double play. Goes to second, gets the force there. And on to score is Logan Forsythe. Padres, just like yesterday, have an early 1-0 lead. They got the yips out there, man.
Yeah,
dropping those balls.
They're getting a lot of help from the Dodger defense, no question about it. Time an off-speed pitch again, rolls over third base side. And I have no idea how Adam Kennedy got caught in between hops on that, but he took it right off the belt buckle. Recovered to at least be able to record the out on the lead runner at second base. But that's twice now. Their double play should have been turned.
Without question, that run should never, ever have scored. And considering the way Carlos runs or doesn't, that's an easy around the horn double play if Kennedy comes up clean. He did not. Grandal, like Chase, from the left side, takes a strike. Yasmani Grandal. First time he saw this ballpark was yesterday. And like he normally does on his debut at a new park, he got 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats. No, not like in Houston with home runs, or Denver, rather. Breaking ball outside. This with the slider, not the curve then. 1-1. Kind of hard to match your opening start when you hit a home run right-handed and left-handed in that order. And those are your first 2 major league hits. Pitch outside, check swing. 2-1. But double and single for Dodger Stadium debut. That's okay.
Off Triple Crown winner? Yeah, he'll take it.
Sent on the 2-1. Foul. Straight back out of play. Slider again. Got it up a little bit. 2-2. This is a big place. It changed the entire face of baseball. When the late Walter O'Malley, father of Peter O'Malley, who replaced him as the CEO here for many, many years, decided to leave New York and convinced the Giants owner, Horace Stoneham, to go with him. 2-2 fastball foul back out of play again. Runner first, 2 gone in the first. Carlos Quentin on RBI number 18 in this abbreviated season. And the Giants went to San Francisco, as you know, the Dodgers here in 1958. And baseball got to the West Coast. Two-two. Line past the dive of the third baseman Kennedy. That's a base hit. Grandal the opposite way. We've seen that before, and with power now at first and second and 2 gone. Here is another left-handed batter against the right-hander, Yonder Alonso.
No, it really surprised me in that at bat. They got ahead of Grandal, and they did it by coming with 1 fastball inside, then some breaking balls away. And, hey, normally we've seen Aaron Harang elevate, and especially the scouting report on Grandal of late has been elevate late with 2 strikes. If they never tried that. They tried to go to the outside corner, missed, and on that last pitch tried to come inside, but not high, just inside. And they didn't get in there enough, and Yasmani did a nice job of inside outing it to left field.
So here's Yonder. 2 for 7 in those early starts against Aaron Harang, which were Aaron's first 2 of the season in San Diego and here. Then faced the boys in Petco again on May 17. And by gosh, he was good again. The only one they got to him, he wasn't awful, was that opening start when they beat him on that final day of the 4-game series that opened the season. Yonder 0 for 2. A couple of walks yesterday in his first 2 plate appearances. Harang set. Curveball. Strike call. Good pitch. Was that nasty or filthy? I couldn't tell.
I would say it's sucio.
I beg your pardon?
Go Spanish on you. Same thing.
Nice.
Dirty.
Sucio? Is that?
Sucio.
Sucio. Here. That was definitely Sucio. Carlos Quinn to second. Rondalis first. Pitch, check, swing, foul back. In on him. That cost him a strike. Nothing in 2.
That's a good combination. Harang with the big overhand curveball for strike 1, and that sets up the 4-seam fastball up in the zone that he likes to throw so much, and he got Yonder to chase after it a little bit and foul it back late. Now you can elevate again if you want to climb the ladder higher or come back down with that curveball in the dirt.
1-0 Padres in the first. 0-2, a high fly ball foul, fighting off that fastball up and in. In the lower boxes down the left field line. It stays 0-2.
Okay, now you've elevated twice. You've gotten to chase after it. Better swing on the second one than the first. If you want, if you think you can get it even 6 inches higher than that, you can try to get him to chase even higher, or still have him set up for that off-speed pitch down.
Yonder in many categories among all the rookies in the National League. 0-2, fastball. He chased it high, like Stan said. 92 4-seamer, swing and a miss, strike 3. They got the run. Yes, they did. Took them to second inning yesterday. They do it in the first inning here today with a run, not a hit, and an error, and 2 men left. My Padres won. Them Dodgers coming to bat in the middle game with a 3-game series in L.A. San Diego Sports Leader, XX 1090.
Men's Limited pays up to 4 times more cash than competitors.
6464, Health Secretary, for purposes other than stated in the program.
Padres baseball on San Diego Sports Leader, XX 1090.
Dodgers start their post-All-Star break portion of the season clearly at home. Padres get a pretty good break in terms of not having to fly a long way to shorten their break with a long flight on Thursday instead of just a bus late afternoon on Thursday following a workout at Petco Park. Dodgers had a workout here in this ballpark Thursday night. They were not voluntary. They were mandatory. Bobby Abreu did not play yesterday. Released by the Angels, picked up by the Dodgers during the season. He'll be followed by Mark Ellis, yesterday's hero for the 2-run home run that decided it, and then Matt Kemp. 1-0 Padres. Edison Volquez, fastball outside, ball 1 to Abreu. Tom Mattingly has mentioned when he's there in the lineup, he could be the leadoff guy. Well, he is. When Tony Gwynn starts, he probably will be. All in the absence of Dee Gordon, out for about a month or so. Sprained the ligament, had surgery in his thumb on a head-through slide at second. Inside corner, a strike. 1-1. Dee Gordon is the Major League stolen base leader, so that's a big missing piece to the top now of the Dodger order, no matter who else they use. 1-1, foul back. Tony Gwynn would serve them best in that type of leadoff guy, as opposed to the others like Jerry Hairston I mentioned and Abreu. But Tony doesn't play that often.
Well, it's interesting. Dee Gordon was actually going through some struggles with his throwing. He was starting to get the thing a little bit at shortstop, even on routine plays and double play balls. So maybe this little rest came at a good time for him.
1-2 on the way. Breaking ball just missed outside. Close. 2-2. Road Grays for the boys, same as yesterday. Home whites for the Dodgers, likewise. Big crowd yesterday. Likewise. 2-2 on the way. Fought it off. Fastball fouled it straight back to our left. In the second down of this 3-tiered stadium.
Abreu not as fast as he used to be with the hands through the zone. He's a little bit late on these fastballs from Volquez, but hey, granted, he throws 95 miles an hour. But still, Abreu basically likes the ball up in the zone.
Right-hander from Dominican, Santo Domingo, delivering to Abreu. Venezuelan is found down the left field line in the lower deck and out of play.
Gets the ball opposite field in the air, and the Padres have him shaded as such. More of a full hitter on the ground.
Speaking of three-deck stadium, and it's still strange now to come in here. This used to be the norm, this type of ballpark. No more ground ball foul, just at third base, a few feet away from the bag. 2-2. Because all these retro parks are built so differently, so much closer to the field, and don't have the huge upper decks like the old-time stadiums like this one do. But it's still in great shape, and they have no plans for a new one.
It's aged well, hasn't it?
Very much. And that group that left the Padres and took over the Red Sox, they said from day one, we have no plans to rid Fenway Park. 100 years old or not, we're staying with it. Relax, fans. This is going to be it. The 2-2 on the way. Fouled away. Abreu doing a good job here. Seeing some pitches, making the guy work.
He really is. This is going to be pitch number 9 to start the thing off. That's sometimes a full inning. And he's fouled off fastballs up, off speed down. Although he hasn't had anything in the dirt yet. And I think that's where Volke was trying to throw a couple of those curveballs, but he got a little bit too much of the plate with him.
Abreu, 270 hitter, a couple of home runs since they got him. After the Angels discarded him, 2-2 is way up. Off the glove of Grandal all the way to the backstop. Worked the count full with Mark Ellis on deck, a right-handed batter. Abreu obviously left-handed. And by the way, if you're wondering, in the old days, that's all they had was these two-deck minor league-looking ballparks from the late 1800s all the way to the 1920s. Yankee Stadium was the first three-tiered stadium ever built in 1923, and that's it. Chasing up and in. Great fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Hey, great battle, but that battle was won by Edison Volquez.
Sure was. In the pitch before that, he tried to overthrow it. It was 96 miles an hour above his head. Grandal couldn't even catch it. Unfortunately, that one was right in that sweet spot, just around the letters where the batter thinks that he can catch up to it. But as we mentioned, Abreu's bat slowing down a little bit with time. Wasn't able to catch up to that heater.
There's Mark Ellis. Clayton Richard made a mistake. A hanging 1-2 slider. Home run down the left field line. Only Ellis's third of the year. Ouch. It hurt. Fastball. Strike call. So Eddie's first start since he had the one against Cincinnati before the break. On July 5, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. No decision, but that's the one the Padres got to win on. 2-1. Another on the fastball at 9-5. 0-2. 1-0 Padres.
Way to throw the ball, Eddie. Fastball, strike 1 out of third, 94 miles an hour. Then you go to that outside corner a little bit more at 95. You're ahead 0-2. In the driver's seat.
Right-hander sign from Grandal. Line shot. That's past the dive of Amarista. He is left. That's a base hit to left field. Wide turn. Ellis holding on. They missed this guy a bunch. Had leg surgery. Missed a chunk of time. So did Matt Kemp. And they pretty much have, except for now losing their leadoff guy, D. Gordon, as mentioned, they finally got the team back. Padres would love to be able to get theirs back someday. You know, someday before the season ends. Kemp base hits, double, and single his first 2 at-bats after missing 37 games. On the DL for the second time with the very same problem with his hamstring. The man was the Hulk in April, ransacking, especially the Padres. Volquez threw a fastball past him, swing and a miss. It wasn't close. Late.
96 belt high down the middle, right by him. Interesting. We've seen the Padres try to pitch him much more often inside hard, as opposed to the first time they saw him early in the season. Everything was away, away, away. Now they're trying to pitch him in.
Kemp had a home run against Volquez in April. Among his 3 hits, off him low. 1-1.
Changeup, and even that one Grandal was set up inside.
Padre run on a Carlos Quentin ground out. Same way they got a run yesterday. In the second, now today in the first. 1-1 Kemp, line drive, base hit right field. Ellis will go to second. Now turning. He'll go on Venable. No chance at all. He'll be a third. At the corners. 1 gone. Tying run 90 feet away.
Well, those are a couple of nice at-bat by Dodger hitters to start things off here in the first inning. First of all, Mark Ellis getting a two-strike changeup down and away. He's hitting it right back up the middle, and this time it's Matt Kemp's turn. Fastball inside. It was the third consecutive pitch on the inside part of the plate, or intended to be inside. And he just inside out it to right field.
Andre Ethier, 0 for 2 yesterday in his time back after missing 11 games. With that pulled muscle on the side, the oblique, as they call it. On the defense, Quentin and left. Maven in center, Venable right. Yonder's at first base with Forsythe at second. Amarista at shortstop, where Erith Cabrera was yesterday. And Headley at third. Volquez, Grandal, Dominican, Cuban, battery, delivery, low to Ethier, ball one.
Pitch number 18 coming up already here in the first inning. And Edinson Volquez finding himself having to make pitches with the ball game on the line here in the first. That's not unusual for him. He's allowed 9 earned runs in the first inning so far this season. That's the most he's allowed in any inning that he's pitched. We've talked about his first inning troubles before, but it seemed that he had corralled them lately.
Volquez set 1-0. High fly ball on the left side. That is very shallow for Quentin, and the shortstop will be called off. Amarista gave up on it too soon. And the ball will drop for a base hit. The ball game is tied. Ellis will score. Amarista, the rookie, he was there, but I think he just either was called off, which we do not know, by Quentin coming in, or misjudged it, but it fell between them. It never should have fallen. And if it's caught out there, Scan, that shallow, they don't get a run.
Oh, no, not even close. I mean, Quentin's coming in, and he had plenty of time to catch it. It looked to me like he just pulled off at the end, thinking that Amarista was going to get there. And Alexi certainly could have caught the ball as well, but clearly it's always an easier play for the guy coming in from left field. And that's just a miscommunication thing, and that's what's going to happen when you have players playing at different positions. Amarista hasn't played shortstop a whole lot this year. Hey, that being said, no excuse. That ball's got to be caught.
They're going to give Ethier a bloop single to left and give him an RBI. Tie ball game, first and second, one away in the bottom of the first. I know. The short live lead, that's for sure.
Well, defense has cost both teams here in the first inning.
Ethier, 56 runs batted in. Even missing time leads the club. His 17th against the Padres alone. And a pitch in there, strike to Juan Rivera, the first baseman. Blue sky. Literally not a cloud. What a night for a game. 0-1, foul back out of play, first base. Ahead again, the ball's in 2 strikes.
You know, I've noticed here, Ted, last couple of games, Edinson Volquez's changeup has not been quite as effective as it was in previous outings. And even tonight, he's thrown 3 or 4 of them, and all of them have been put in play or fouled off. It almost begs the question, is he tipping some of those pitches off on the changeup? Because it's too good for guys to be getting any kind of decent swing on it.
Rivera wants time. He has not had many at-bats, but he is 4 for 9 in those at-bats against Edinson Volquez. His former Yankee, Angel, Dodger. He likes the big markets, the big cities. And this is a big city. Or as Woody Allen says, it's not really a city. It's 115 suburbs in search of a city. I buy that.
Not a bad call.
Yeah, it's spread out there. It's spread out there.
I grew up here, and that's not.
Yeah.
I'm not offended by that.
I got you. Grandal will go out and talk to Volquez. Very short, brief meeting. Done and done. A 1-1 tie in the bottom of the first. Kemp at second, Ethier at first. Decent speed out there, more so Kemp. 0-2 pitch on the way. It's lined to second. Here comes Logan with a grab. He'll bluff to second. He'll scatter back to both second and first, and that's the second out in the bottom of the first. But hit solidly yet again. Adam Kennedy, DNP, as they say in basketball, did not play yesterday. Yeah, I love that when they do the boxes in basketball, DNP, and then they'll put CD, coach's decision. Well, who else would it be? If he had his druthers, he'd have put himself in the lineup. But it's always the coach or the manager making that decision. They all want to play, you know.
Not always.
No?
No, I played with a backup catcher one time that ended up having to catch 5 days out in 1 week. Said, Scan, if I knew I was going to play this much, I never would have signed here.
Fastball late and fouled down the left field line. Coming on over is Carlos Quentin, but has no play.
But in general,
I'll tell you what, thank God that's against the grain. Because you know, people talk about the money, the ring. But the best common denominator, which is the best part of these guys, is they really want to play.
No question. And that's why that little instance stood out in my mind to this day. That happened 20 years ago, and I still remember the moment because I never heard a player say that before or since.
You know who did that, by the way? I don't mean to speak ill of him because he's no longer with us, but Chris Brown, who played third base and platooned there with Tim Flannery, was the same way. Did not want to play. The 0-1 on the way in the dirt. Grandal, what a great stop. Holding the runners, scurrying back to first and second.
Boy, that is a tough one. That's a breaking ball in the dirt. Very tough pitch to block under any circumstances. If it's a fastball way out in front of you, you've got a little bit of a chance of at least knowing that it's going to skip towards you. But on the off-speed pitch, you don't know if it's going to go left or right. He did a great job of keeping the ball in front of him and those runners in place. Pitch 24 coming up.
Tied at 1 in the bottom of the first. Single. Consecutively with 1 away. Now 2 gone and 2 aboard. Like usual, Edison is very, very slow. He's the anti-Clayton Richard of yesterday. 1-1, ground ball first base. That'll do that. Yonder. Take it. He'll wave off Volquez and do it by himself. Could have been worse considering 3 straight hits. But like I said, if that pop-up gets caught, they don't get the run, but they did. Miscommunication, shortstop left field, cost the Padres, though it's not technically an error. It's a play that was not made. 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 left after 1 inning. Middle game of the 3-game set. 1-1 tie in L.A. San Diego sports leader. Double X 1090.
For any political party and shall not be used for purposes other than stated in the program.
Padres baseball on San Diego sports leader. Double X 1090.
Will Venable leads off for the Padres. Taking outside ball 1. Venable, Maben, Volquez. Harang with his 4th start of the year against his former team. High and outside, 2-0. Against the Reds in that last start, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. 2-0 fastball in there, strike. And we have made much of the fact, and it's true, that but Edison Volquez leads the majors, issuing the most walks in Major League Baseball. Ground ball. Venable to Mark Ellis at second base. On to Rivera, 1 away. But the truth be known that Aaron Harang has issued the 6th most walks in the National League. So we'll see how this goes in terms of who can work the extra bags here on the base on balls between these two. Cameron Maben had a home run against Aaron earlier this year will be the batter.
Well, if I had to put money on that bet, I'm going to say Edinson Volquez. He's used to pitching with runners on base, and he has the 6th lowest batting average against in the National League, and that's how he's been able to wiggle off some of those free passes.
Harang's pitch, a high fly ball to right center field. Ethier is on the move. He'll be there, coming in and toward his right to medium depth right center. Makes the grab. 2 away. Sounded a whole lot better. We didn't get the big power part of the bat on it. Cameron had been 0 for 3 yesterday. 0 for 1 today. Edison Volquez at the plate.
Padres baseball brought to you by Mission Federal Credit Union. Padre fans, what's your definition of success? Hit one out of the park with Mission Federal Credit Union. Count on Mission Fed for low rates and local service. Visit missionfed.com today.
2 hits on the year for Edison. That's the same way he throws, right-handed. Strike call from a right-hander, Aaron Harang, who wears double 4s. 44 in his first year with the Dodgers. He has a multi-year contract. Breaking ball is slow and outside. Slider missing, 1-1. Tied at 1, 2 out, nobody on. Rounding ball, third base. Big hop for Adam Kennedy, right beyond the grass. Easy throw, easy inning for the Dodgers starter. Bottom third goes in order. So we go to the bottom of the second in the middle game of the 3-game set. Tied at 1 with the Dodgers. San Diego sports leader. It's Padre Baseball on Double X 1090.
At GTM stores in Santee and Lemon Grove, you'll find designer clothing for your entire family. Furniture, accessories, luggage, cosmetics, home, office, and school supplies, food, and thousands of other fantastic finds. But did you know that GTM also has an excellent selection of electronics at savings of up to 70% off other retailers? You'll find HD TVs.
Baseball on San Diego Sports Leader Double X 1090.
The catcher, A.J. Ellis of the Los Angeles Dodgers, they are first place by half a game in the National League West. They got out to a big April, a good May, a horrible June. Losing record in June, 11-17. But again, Matt Kemp, you talk about being the most valuable player. He's the most valuable player so far, because without him, they're not much at all. Their pitching did a nice job of carrying him while he was out. Then Ethier joined him on the DL, and they couldn't hit at all. It's not a lineup that scares you. It's a bunch of individual pieces, but the main guys, Kemp and Ethier, if they're not healthy, this club will not win the division. It's a 1-1 ball game. Catcher A.J. Ellis from Edison Volquez. Fastball, strike call. Luis Cruz on deck. Shortstop in the absence of D. Gordon, and then Aaron Harang in the 9 spot.
Well, after a 24-pitch first inning, Edison could certainly use an inning like Harang just had, 8 pitches.
The 0-1's way outside. Mr. Boys helped him a lot by swinging early in the count.
Yeah, when your number 8 batter swings at the first pitch with your pitcher on deck and 2 outs, that's
not good. Not thinking man's work. 1-1. Check swing, but a strike call. 1-2. They got Mark Ellis. They got A.J. Ellis. No relation. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Ellis 0 for 3 yesterday. 0 for 1 today. Second strikeout by Volquez. Fastball looks very sharp. Here's Cruz. The Cubs beat Arizona 4-1 in Wrigley Field. Ryan Dempster has been fantastic. Got the best ERA there is. And 33 consecutive scoreless innings ties the Cub record. He beat Joe Saunders. Marmol got his 9th save. And Ryan Dempster, with those numbers, they're sure Theo will be able to trade him at the deadline and get a lot of pieces for him. Pitch in there strike to Cruz on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Atlanta beat the Mets 8-7. Kimbrel, 27 save. He's the leader in the league. There's a breaking ball for a strike. 0-2. Tim Wallach, fine third baseman in his day. He's the coach of third. Davey Lopes, terrific second baseman in his day. He's the coach of first. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. Ellis, Cruz, 2 gone, and a 1-1 tie.
Well, what else is a real good sign right there, Ted? And I mentioned it in the first inning. No good swings on the changeup. 2 strikeouts in a row. 2 right-handers on that changeup away. That is his signature pitch. Good to see it working again.
Aaron Durant, couple of hits on the year. Same as Volquez. Neither a top-hitting pitcher nor a great bunter. Outside ball 1. Edison's got his sign. Fastball. Strike 1-1. He played at San Diego State. Did Aaron Harang, but not for Tony Gwynn. His predecessor, Jim Dietz. Breaking ball. Swung on and missed.
He's got a chance to have the quick inning that we were looking for, Ted. Only 10 pitches up to this point.
Bottom of the second. 1-2 on the way. That takes care of that. Breaking ball. Strike 3 call. That's that. Struck out the side in the bottom third. Ellis, Cruz, and Harang. 2 swinging and 1 looking. After 2 innings. Middle game. 1-1 tie. San Diego Sports Leader, Double X 1090.
Since 1950, Sid's Carpet Barn has been San Diego's floor covering leader. Sid's Carpet Barn, 132 West 8th Street, National City, in North County at 285 East Carmel Street, San Marcos, off the 78, and our newest showroom at 7666 Miramar Road.
Your San Diego area Pizza Hut's $10 any carry-out deal is back, so you don't have to settle for less than the pizza.
Talk with respect to public servants and fight corruption. Respect all people and preserve common areas. Stand up for your rights and comply with your duties. Encourage harmony in the family. Everyone's commitment. Human Rights National Commission.
Padres baseball on San Diego Sports Leader XX 1090.
Alexi Amarista, the former Angel minor leaguer, is now the Padre major leaguer. He's the leadoff spot for the second time in his season and career for the rookie. Followed by Forsythe and Headley in the top of the third of a 1-1 ball game. Boys had a workout, as mentioned, on Thursday, then bust up here 2 hours plus. And busting home after tomorrow's ball game. Them Astros are coming in to return the favor with a 4-game set in Petco, starting on Monday night. Day game Wednesday. 1-1 tie here. Amarista with a fly ball out to start the game. In the 6-10 start today, following the 7-10 yesterday. Aaron Harang, first pitch breaking ball. Squared the bunt, took it low, ball one.
Nice to see Alexi get an opportunity to be in the leadoff spot today. He's been swinging the bat pretty well. Buddy Black saying, hey, let's give him a shot.
Harang's fastball is right in there, let her high for a strike. Not that you get strikes normally that are high, but it was 1-1. Alexi at 277. A surprising 4 home runs. First major league home run, a grand slam to win a ball game in Houston. Speaking of those Astros. Fastball foul back. 1-2. We're number 5.
That's the one thing that he has learned to discipline himself on better as a major league hitter, staying off that elevated fastball that he just chased. Now, he went after one in his first at bat for a flyout, and he went after another one. I have no doubt they'll try to do that again.
1-2 pitch. Line shot. Knocked down with a bare hand as well as the glove by Harang on the front side. He'll pick it up there in that front of the mound and throw him out.
Well, they indeed did try to come up and in once again to get him to chase, but the problem was Aaron Harang did not get it up enough. It was actually inside but fell high, and Alexi getting a good swing on it. Line drive shot right back at Harang, and I think that got more meat hand than it did glove, Ted.
Yep. Put the glove up.
That is total self-defense. You put both hands up right there because you don't know where that ball is going exactly. All you know is it's coming at you, and you're just trying to save yourself. You put both hands up there. You hope that it hits the mitt, but I think it got his throwing hand more than it did the glove.
So Don Mattingly and the trainer checking it, and you could see how he slapped at it. It was closer to the bare hand than the glove hand. He slapped at it with the bare hand and knocked it down. And now he says he's fine, but they want Ellis to go behind the plate, take a couple of warm-up tosses. Tied at 1. One gone now in the third. Torres warm-up 1, warm-up 2, done and done.
Well, he got lucky. I think it actually hit him more in the palm of that throwing hand as opposed to one of the fingers, because if you get one of those fingers bent back, obviously it's going to get hyperextended, and that'd make it awfully tough to throw, but he got lucky. Got the meat part, and he'll still be able to pitch.
So Aaron last year with the hometown team that he grew up watching over at Qualcomm, 14-7 with a 3.64, did a great job in 28 starts. Had a foot problem there for a while, cost him a few. Fastball to Logan Forsythe, strike to get ahead. Now 0-1 on the way. Chopper foul third base past Glenn Hoffman. He'll take that carry. Handle a pelota right there for a souvenir.
I like it, Ted. Your Spanish is getting better.
Got to work at it.
We got pelota. We got sucio in your repertoire.
Yep.
Vocabulary now.
Yep. Dave Roberts coaching first. 0-2 check swing ground ball first base. Rivera to his left to grab it. Right beyond the bag. He'll outrace Logan to the bag. 2 gone. 3 unassisted in the scorebook.
Hey, fans, join your Padres for California National Guard Appreciation Day, presented by USAA, Sunday, July 22nd. Enjoy a pregame ceremony before the Padres take on the Rockies at 1:05. So get your tickets today at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555.
Here's Chase Headley. Reached on an error in the first. Has a curveball low and outside here, ball 1 in the third. Harang's former team Cincinnati wins at home again against St. Louis 3-2. LeCure over Marte. Ryan Ludwig, home run, number 13. Walk-off in Cincinnati for Luddy to beat his former club, St. Louis. Swing and a miss, Headley 1-1. Ludwig's 13th. Batting average way low, but got a little of the power back. 1-1, low and inside.
Staying soft to Chase so far this at bat. Curveball, change up, curveball.
Smog is so light you can actually see the mountains beyond center field. That's no longer the case. Grounded sharply foul. Past Dave Roberts at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good anticipation. They tried to come inside. You figured they would after 3 off-speed pitches. Chase was waiting for it just a little bit out front.
Time called.
Beach ball?
Beach ball, right center field, right field track. Pink, very pink.
They're late today. Wasn't it first inning yesterday, Ted?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's a Saturday. Everything's a little slower.
Jason Marquis tomorrow against Chad Billingsley, 110. And then home, James, 2-2. Right down the middle, strike 3 call. Fastball to 92. Took a little off. Second strikeout for Aaron Harang as he retires the Padres in order for the second consecutive time since the base hit of the 2 hits in that first inning. He's now retired 7 straight Padres. 15th out of the ball game is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% of more.
9,000 legislated hours, 44 ordinary commissions, more than 3,000 investigations carried out. We legislate to fight organized crime. Piracy will be prosecuted by law. Kidnappers will have a sentence up to 70 years. The law against money laundering was approved. One nation, one reason, you. Deputy Chamber.
On San Diego's sports leader, XX 1090.
Padre baseball in Los Angeles. The rivals, the big rivals, the #1 rival since it all began in the expansion year of 1969 when the Padres came in with the Montreal Expos. They are gone. They have moved. Padres are home, thank goodness. Still there. MLB. A 1-1 ball game here to the bottom of the 3rd, top of the order. Bobby Abreu takes another first pitch strike from Edison Volquez. Ellis on deck. Kemp to follow. Each club gets a run of the first. Not a shock as the Padres give up their most runs in the first. Albeit not a crooked number this time. Good breaking ball, man. Strike call. Nothing in 2.
Yeah, front door changeup. You don't see that a whole lot, but Edinson Volquez has such great action on it. He's actually able to cut on the inside part of the plate. It cuts back onto that inside corner, almost like a 2-seam fastball.
Abreu's had a fine major league career. 0-2 inside. Same pitch, different result. 20 home runs, 20 steals, 40 doubles. He's done that in a season 5 times. Nobody else has ever done it in Major League history. That's Bobby Abreu. The 1-2 fastball. Tried for the kill inside corner. Nope. 2-2.
Good idea, though, and if you're going to miss inside like Edinson did.
His former team, the Angels, lost in Yankee Stadium again, 5-3. Freddie Garcia over William Soriano's 22nd save. In the absence of Mariano Rivera, outside corner again. Breaking ball, didn't get there. 3-2. Used the changeup 3 times in this late appearance. I shouldn't call it a breaking ball. It's a change right there. He struck Abreu out in the first. Abreu. People saw that for the first time, had no idea. 3-2. Reached out, popped it up foul third base. Cano, his 21st. Curtis Granderson, his 24th home run for the Yankees. They lead the world in home runs. The National League leader, you ask? The Milwaukee Brewers. Dodgers, dead last with the Padres. In that category, in the National. 3-2 fastball, low and outside, ball 4. Abreu's always walked a ton. That's why his on-base percentage has always been good enough to make him, in this case, a leadoff hitter at times, as he did like twice for the Angels before they released him.
Very patient hitter and not a hitter that's afraid to hit with 2 strikes. That's the key thing, which is why he's able to go deep in counts. He's always been one of the leaders in pitches per plate appearance, and he showed us why tonight. He's patient, waits. Even if he gets 2 strikes, he'll foul pitches off until he gets one he likes or works the walk as he did just there.
Now Mark Ellis with a single scored the run that tied the ball game in the first. After the Padres had it, same way, ground out by Quinton in the top half. Fastball strike to get ahead. Padres steal a base today. Ted Early is our guy. Ted, if you're out there, the McDonald's $25 gift card will be yours for each stolen base today after entering a XX1090 San Diego.com. We're all counting on you, boys, for Ted Early. From McDonald's, many locations open late, some 24 hours. 0-1, line shot. Left center field, Cameron on the move, won't get there. Play it on a hop pass to it, it's a base hit all the way. Stopping at second, Abreu. Ellis is 2 for 2.
Well, he burned him on a changeup in the first at bat. It was a two-strike changeup down the way. It was a good pitch, and he singled off Edinson. This time it was a fastball away. He'd gotten ahead of him with a fastball down at the knees. He tried to go back to that outside corner. It was outside, but it was elevated, and Ellis able to line it into center field.
Uh-oh, here comes Matt Kemp.
With runners on base. And it's unfortunate because that changes your game plan. You hope that you get a chance to see Kemp with nobody on the first couple of times he comes through a lineup. Why? Because then you can show him the pitch that he wants, make him think that he'll see it again throughout the day, and then when you need to go to in the clutch situation, you've got your out pitch available to you.
Volquez set, fastball low and inside, ball one.
Unfortunately, Edinson has not had that luxury. He had runners on base when he faced Kemp in the first, and he has runners on base this time as well, so it almost forces you to go to that out pitch that you think you can get him on.
One ball game. First two aboard here. Walk single. 1-0 pitch. Low again.
Inside. Grandal set up inside on every pitch they've thrown Kemp so far today.
He has become a fantastic baseball player. After being very disappointing, and they publicly called him out. The general manager did it on the radio show. Larry Bowa used to do it publicly all the time when he coached third base. So this guy doesn't hustle. He didn't focus. He didn't care. Wasting those talents, but not anymore. Whatever the change is, it's been huge. The 2-0, low, changed, 3-0.
Yeah, he was actually a frustrating player to watch 3 years ago because you knew he had so much talent. You'd seen the progress from the previous year from when he was a rookie. And you knew that it was just a question of putting his nose to the grindstone. He just refused to do it 3 years ago. Last year, he pulled it all together. And look at him now. MVP material.
But two aboard and nobody out underneath here from the left side. Another dangerous bat on deck. Padre right-hander in a jam in the bottom of the third. Now set. Trio taking strike call.
And a changeup. Padres not taking any chances. 3-0, probably going to have the green light. Weren't going to groove one.
We mentioned the runners in scoring position, 360. But he doesn't qualify for the top 10 because of those plate appearances he missed during the time on the DL. He wants a timeout right there.
Well, and Edinson would be the kryptonite to that, Ted, and the fact that he's one of the best in the league at pitching with runners in scoring position. Hitters have hit only 195 against him.
Abreu at second. Ellis at first. Nobody out in the third. 3-1 pitch. He tried to check. He could not. That's a strike. Full count.
Good hard heater inside. Tied him up. That's the first bad swing we've seen him take all year.
Careful now. Don't tug on Superman's cape, okay?
I'm just saying. It's the only one.
Karma. That karma come back to bite you. How about that for a mixed metaphor? Being bitten by karma.
Yeah. Has some teeth, though.
Tied at 1 for now. 3-2. Ground ball foul. Third base toward the Dodger dugout.
Yeah, changeup. Figured he was going to do that. If he threw the 3-0 pitch for a changeup and he has that good a command at it, why not come back with another one, 3-2, after you threw the fastball that tied him up? Good selection. Kept us able to stay alive. It's a good hardball battle right here.
Big time. We've seen Edinson, though, in terms of his pitch count. It gets to get him. He's a 5-6 inning pitcher as a result. That plus the base on balls. A lot of work on the stretch. At a slow pace. 3-2. Line drive, right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Runners have the hold. They thought it was going to be caught from their angle, not ours. And that's a break for the Padres. That should have been a tie-breaking run instead. They'll scurry up there and load him up on the single to right base. Kemp. He is 2-2. It is a big-time jam, as big as they get. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Hey, you know what? You just tip your cap to Matt Kemp in that situation. 3-2 pitch for the first time the entire ball game. Grandal sets up on the outside corner. Edinson throws him a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, low and away, and he's still able to line it opposite field after you've pitched him inside the entire at-bat in the previous at-bat. Hey, the guy is just hot.
There's no way to pitch him. Ethier, RBI single to tie the ball game in the first. As mentioned, 17 of his 56 ribbies are against the Padres this year. They played 10 games. This is number 11. And Dodgers have dominated. Hurts me to tell you, but you know that already. No way to sugarcoat that. Pitch inside. Ball one. The new management, the new ownership has extended this guy to $85 million worth of a new contract that starts next year. One tie in the third. Walk single, loaded, nobody out. Full windup on a 1-0 pitch inside.
Said that contract they gave Ethier is such a turnaround from how things ended last year, where he essentially left the season with some knee problems and then blamed it on Don Mattingly, saying he knew the whole time that I had a sore knee. I shouldn't even be playing. Left a foul taste in everybody's mouth. Yet he came out this season, got off to a great start, and locked himself into that nice contract.
Volquez with the sign from Yasmani Grandal. 2-0 pitch in the dirt. Yasmani saved a run with another beautiful block. Ball right in front of him by his feet. But 3-0, and you know the drill. No place to put him.
Well, that was a tough block. Again, a pitch way out in front of home plate. Yasmani went to his knees, and the ball actually caromed up around his face, and he had to bring his glove up almost face level to keep it in front of him. Quick
like
reaction.
I said, man, oh man, is he in a jam. Rivera on deck, another right-hander. Ethier, of course, a left-hander. Already pitch number 55 is coming here in the third. That's half a game. 3-0. Foul ball. Good location. Got it in on him.
Mattingly letting him swing away 3-0.
Abreu at third, Ellis at second, and Kemp at first. Each club will run at the first if you missed it. Ground out by Carlos Quentin. Ethier with an RBI single to tie. Ethier with a 3-1 swing and a foul on the third base side. Full count. Oh, was he ticked off? He had a pitch he thought he could drive, but he didn't get it. Didn't get around on it.
Well, he's had two. A 3-0 fastball. It was down low. He went after it. Then the 3-1 fastball. Two fastballs. Can't square up either one.
Volquez battle maybe for the ball game. You never know. Loaded and nobody out. Now the full wind and the payoff pitch. Now a line shot drive. Single straight here. Abreu scores. Wallach will hold Ellis at third. 2-1 Dodgers. Still loaded. Still nobody out.
Well, he didn't think you were going to be able to get the third fastball by him. He had beaten him on a fastball in the first at bat. Got two fastballs by him in this at bat. And the third one he caught up to and lined into right field. The good news, Will Venable able to get to it in a hurry. It was hit hard. Will got the ball in quickly. Only one run scores.
Darren Balsley is out there, and his meeting is underway with the entire infield. The man in the middle is Edinson Volquez. And the meeting is broken up, done and done. Now, the first baseman, Juan Rivera. Said, haven't seen him much, but he's hitting pretty well. And a strong line drive and right at the second baseman in his first at-bat in the first. Padres opening day starter today against yesterday. Clayton Kershaw, who was his counterpart that day, got a win yesterday. Great pitch came. The two Claytons.
Miles Michaelis heating up in the Padres pen now.
Third start for Volquez against the Dodgers. Pitch in there. Strike to Rivera. So Aaron Durang beat his former team Cincinnati his last time out. Last start was against his former team, Volquez, Cincinnati also. No decision, but again the Padres won. Pitches outside, 1-1 to Rivera. Oh, low on top of the third, wouldn't you say? Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Loaded and the full windup again. No stretch. The 1-1. Full couldn't hold up. A ball and 2 strikes. Could not hold a swing.
Curveball, changeup, curveball. And I wonder if that wasn't part of Darren Balsley's talk out there on the mound with Edinson. We haven't seen too many curveballs this inning, and all of a sudden he's throwing 2 real nice ones to Rivera.
They're hoping Rivera has a big second half, and they got to, obviously, as we mentioned, keep Kemp and Ethier happy and healthy. Rivera's hit .290 in the second halves of his career. A good sign for the Dodgers. 1-2 pitch to him outside. Even up. On deck, left hand hitting Adam Kennedy. Tampa Bay beats Boston 5-3. Melanson. That's not over. I beg your pardon. 5-3 in the 8th. Not over. Tampa Bay did not beat Boston, so there. Bottom of the 8th, a run in for Tampa to go 4-3 to 5-3. Choo-choo. Ground ball foul, third base. Kansas City beat the White Sox 6-3. Royals don't win at home often, but they did today. Former Dodger closer Jonathan Broxton is 22nd save for Kansas City. Here it's 2-1 Dodgers. Each club a single run in the first. As noted, the Dodgers have broken that tie here. Walk, single, single, single. Loaded, nobody out. The 2-2 is outside. Again, full count. He had that on Ethier. He singled sharply to right field to drive in the go-ahead run. .75 at game time. And Volquez, I mean, is out there working. Not quite as humid as yesterday. That'll help him a bit. Long look in until Rivera steps out.
Hasn't thrown him a fastball the entire at bat. See if he tries to sneak one by him. 3-2.
Here's the payoff pitch. It is low and outside. Bases loaded, walk. He started it with a walk. Abreu, who got that walk, is scored. Ellis, who had a single, comes in from third base. A 3-1 Dodger lead. Same old, same old. Loaded, still nobody out. He does walk more than anybody in Major League Baseball.
Third baseman number 3, Adam Kennedy.
Walked him on a changeup, didn't throw Rivera one fastball that entire at bat.
RBI Rivera for the base loaded walk, his 28th of the year. Here's Adam Kennedy. Fighting for the ball game, Edinson Volquez. Fastball into right field. On the move is Venable. He's there, medium depth. Holding at third base is Kemp on the throw in by Venable. Boy, did that help on a finally an out here after walk, single, 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 walk. One gone, third inning. Loaded, one away for A.J. Ellis.
Well, that might hold off Buddy Black here for another couple of batters, as he was on that top step, ready to go to get Edinson. I'm assuming if Kennedy had gotten on, and he's got a good at bat, good swing, fortunately right at Will Venable. Now you're one pitch away from getting out of this thing and still having the ball game close.
You got a slow runner, the catcher A.J. Ellis. Love to get the ground ball double play, but of course, that's obvious. Now with Kemp at third, Ethier at second, Rivera at first. Ellis struck out in the second. Line by Volquez. There's a strike. Change up. Flags in center, Old Glory, and the California state flag barely moving. Lightest of breezes. No effect in the play of the game at all, which is the norm here. It is Southern California, you know. 0-1, checked. Strike call. 0-2, same pitch.
Yeah, I always can't believe that he didn't pull the trigger on that one. I can't believe that he's unhappy with the call. There was a changeup. It was hanging.
Good framing job by Grandal to bring it down a tad. 3-1 Dodgers, loaded, and now one away in the third. 0-2 in the dirt, another block by Grandal. Dodgers lost Javi Guerra, who pitched yesterday out of their bullpen, their former closer. Now middle of the setup. His father had a heart attack in Mexico. He's on his way there. On what they call the bereavement list. Time call. Batter steps out again and again and again. If they're not adjusting their gloves, they're just stepping out. They've all got punch fist disease. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Soft, and softer. 2 gone.
Got him the same way both times. Strikeout in the first on changeup, and a big strikeout here in the third on a changeup. Edinson 1 out away of working out of this jam with keeping the damage really to a minimum. If only 2 runs cross out of all this, hey, that's a job well done.
Here's Luis Cruz. Shortstop in the 8th spot, who struck out himself when Edinson struck out the side, getting Ellis, Cruz, and Harang in the second. Pitch in the air to right field. Deep. Venable going on back. He'll square up the home plate, make a one-hand grab. Cheaply enough, as noted. 2 runs, 3 hits. Left them loaded. The Dodgers have left 5 already. It's a ball game still after 3. 3-1 Los Angeles over my Padres. San Diego Sports Leader XX 1090.
Ted Leitner for the Medifast Weight Control Centers in San Diego. You can do it. If I can, a foodaholic, and love to eat, if I can do it, you can. Losing 20.
Late night happy hour starts at 10 and our kitchen's open till midnight. In Rancho Bernardo, Oceanside, Mission Valley, and on Market Street in the Gas Lamp.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego Sports Leader, XX 1090.
Padre Baseball, Dodger Stadium. Ted Leitner, Bob Scanlon, Dave Marcus, our producer. Glad you're with us here for the post-break stretch drive of the season. We know it's disappointing. No excuses. Tons of injuries. A lot of guys didn't hit, didn't play good defensively. Wiped out the starting rotation with injury, and all you can do is just keep on keeping on. Right now, Darren Balsley is right alongside Edinson Volquez. And Volquez shaking his head in the affirmative. I know. And Darren saying, you got to do this. You did that. This is what you got to do now. And get out there and keep it the way it is now, which is only 3-1 Dodgers.
And several of his teammates, and rightfully so, went up and gave him high fives and the knuckles and just said, hey, nice job. Way to work out of that jam. Way to keep us in this game, because that thing could have completely unraveled.
Carlos Quentin. He's due for the long ball. Outside ball 1. This has always been a tough home run park. It was built for pitching and defense. That's what the Dodgers used when they came out here. When they realized what they had post opening years at the Coliseum. High fly ball, deep center field, deeper than I thought. Kemp going back, ball going, ball gone. Like I said, overdue for the long ball on the big fella. Carlos Quentin goes deep to dead center. 3-2 Dodgers. Oh, this guy's a big, strong lad. That's 1.
And that's exactly what he was doing when he first got activated. Crushing fastballs out over. Man, he didn't even look like he swung. It looked like he just gave a little fly swatter flick, and that ball goes out of dead center field. And a ballpark, Ted, as you said, is a pitcher's haven. Love pitching here. Why the ball would not carry. Carlos Quentin just went right through the force field.
Carlos home number 8. RBI 19. Number 18 came at a ground out for the first Padre run for that brief 1-0 lead in the first. This is ball 1 to Yasmani Grandal. 1-0. He's on the outside corner for a strike.
And Carlos Quentin's trip around the diamond is brought to you by Daniels Jewelers. During the month of July, Daniels Jewelers will donate $1,000 to Make-A-Wish San Diego. A wish tells a child that anything is possible, even the future.
Grandal takes outside, 2-1.
Daniels Jewelers making diamond dreams come true since 1948.
Aaron Harang gives up only his 9th home run in 103 innings. That's very, very good. Coming on back, fastball late, fouled away second deck. Third base by Yasmani, who singled in the first. His third hit already in the series.
What an emotional uplifter, too, for the Padres after having that long inning, only 2 runs crossing. You give high fives to Edinson for not making it worse, and then Carlos comes right back out and gets you back on the board.
2-2 lifted in the air. Third base behind the Dodger dugout. Box seats. Out of play. Well, buddy, I don't know what you told him. But I was talking to Buddy at his office, and when I got done with him, he said, hey, give me a minute. I got to talk to Carlos Quentin. So I'm leaving. Carlos is coming in. 2-2 is lifted in the air to just beyond short. Backpedaling on the grass about 20 feet. Cruz makes the 2-hand grab. Ground down, first out here in the top of the fourth. And I heard as Carlos sat down, Buddy said to him, you know, I noticed something. And I'm assuming he noticed something at the plate. It wouldn't be on the field. And whatever he told him, I'm not saying Buddy was the one that gave him the great tip that led to a home run, but they did have a meeting before the ball game. Here's Yonder Alonso. Aaron Harang's pitch. Strike call.
You know, skippers don't do that a whole lot. This isn't like football where you're calling guys in before every ball game and giving them the pep talk. But once in a while, it's good to connect with your players, especially if you have a little something to talk to them about.
Harang's pitch outside, 1-1.
Something that you've seen, something the coaching staff may have been talking about. Buddy's one of the best. He's a good communicator, connects with all of his players.
1-1. Got that pitch hung and got away with it. Yonder pops it up third base. Coming on in is Kennedy. One step and fair, one step and foul. That's a fair ball. He makes the grab. About 15 feet in from the bag at third. 2 gone. Yonder had struck out before. He's 0 for 2. William Venable, the batter.
Padre Baseball brought to you by Miller Lite. For a smoother pour, just open the second tab on the new Miller Lite Punch Top Can. It's Miller time. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Will Venable, 247 average, 6 home runs. Ground ball first base grab by Rivera. He'll do it by himself. 3 unassisted, and that's all for Will Venable. He's grounded out twice. But the lead home run to Carlos Quentin after all the Dodgers went through for about 30 minutes to get a couple, one swing, and that is cut in half by Carlos Quentin. 3.5 gone. 3-2 Dodgers. San Diego Sports Leader, XX 1090.
What side of patient care? Whether you're an ADN or BSN prepared registered nurse, PLNU offers flexible options.
That's 3 innings of work for one batter.
Mark Ellis, long look down there at third base coach Tim Wallach. Here in the fourth.
He's throwing 24 pitches alone to Bobby's time, energy, and spirit and capital.
3-2 by Volquez to Abreu, low and outside. Walked in to start all the problems in the third. As the lead batter then, the second batter here in the fourth.
He's throwing 24 pitches alone to Bobby Abreu so far this game. That's 3 innings of work for one batter.
Mark Ellis, long look down there at third base coach Tim Wallach. Three-two Dodgers. Volquez. Ellis 2 for 2. Takes a strike. Fastball to 93. They honored the former managers Walter Alston and Tommy Lasorda. They didn't change a lot of managers under Peter O'Malley. He stuck with those 2 guys. Walter Alston, of course, got the job from his father, Walter O'Malley. The 0-1 on the way, low and outside. They also honored Dr. Job, Frank Job, who pioneered the Tommy John surgery that has saved so many careers, that elbow ligament replacement surgery. And Dr. Job threw out the first pitch, and Tommy John, who had the first surgery, was with him out there. They're guests of the Dodgers today. 1-1, runner going, inside and dropped by Grandal. Stolen base, Abreu. He's always been an excellent base runner. And he can steal 20 bags a year, no matter what his advanced age. He's just good at it.
And he got a great jump, and he picked an off-speed pitch to go on, and that's one of the things the veteran guys will do at first base. They'll peek in. They'll steal signs of the catcher from first base to pick an off-speed pitch to go on. Sure enough, curveball inside. Yasmani can't handle it. Easy stolen bag.
3-2 Dodgers, runner in scoring position, 1 gone here in this top of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth, of course, home team batting. 20 stolen bases for Abreu in 13 consecutive years. Amazing. And not known in any way as a speedster or a base stealer.
That's just smart.
2-1 count on the right-hand hitting Mark Ellis. Okay, fastball way inside. He's been missing big a lot today.
Well, fatigue has to be setting in. Pitch number 82 coming up. We're only here in the 4th inning. Yeah, it started from the very first bat of the ball game. As you mentioned, Bobby Abreu, 11 pitches to him, and it's been a draining outing for Edinson ever since.
Kemp is on deck. 3-1 pitch. Line to Chase. No chance to double him up at second. Oh, that was just scalded. He didn't fool Mark Ellis. He'd gotten the 2 singles. That about carried Chase in the left field, but it's the second out here in the 4th. Now Kemp.
Base open, Ted. That's all I have to say.
Well, let's call down to Buddy and see what he plans to do here. Hey, Buddy, what do you think? We know what we do. What do you think? So far, no sign. 1-1 tie after 1. 3-1 Dodger lead till the home run by Carlos Quentin. That was the top of this 4th inning. Now they're under at second, first base open. And Kemp, after that long look in that Edison does a lot of, asks for time and steps out.
Well, Grandal had an idea. He put the same sign down 3 times, and Edison shook him off. We'll see who wins.
Stepped out again.
Same thing.
Yep. Now they're together on the same page, as they say. Pitch is a breaking ball for strike. Kemp, single, double single in his first game back yesterday. On the DL, did appear in the All-Star game, not in the game itself, but in the home run derby. And hit 1 home run. He had a miss. Nothing in 2. And thought, I got to stop doing this. I did the same thing last year. I'm not good at this. And the Dodger players said, they're watching on television saying, come on, man, hit one. And when he came back, they just were all over it.
I'm sure they were merciless.
Hey, babe.
Well, how about the 2 captains? 1 home run between them?
Hey, Bambino.
Cano getting shut down.
Nice going.
Yeah.
You don't seem to get this thing. You're supposed to hit home runs here. They call it the home run derby. And they were just all over it. Outfield straight up on him. Been going to right field, using all the field for the first time literally in his career. Used to be a dead pull hitter. And Edison cannot get together with Grandal, and Yaz is going out there to talk to him. And what do you want?
Yeah, it's been like this almost every pitch. From the first pitch we mentioned, and Yasmani's certainly had a game plan, and I think Yasmani's thinking is, look, we've got a base open. This guy's scorching the ball. Let's be careful. Let's not give him anything to hit. And I get the sense that Edison is trying to pitch to him a little bit more aggressively.
Only a 1-run lead for the Dodgers. Kemp with 2 gone. Ethier on deck. The runner at second base. That's Abreu. On a walk and a stolen base. That's as good as a double. On the 0-2 pitch to Kemp in the dirt, blocked again by Grandal. 1-2. Put it where he wanted it. Now, since Dr. Jobe is here in the Tommy John surgery, when Gene Tennis was the batting coach at Toronto, he said, a rookie came up to him and said, boy, that Dr. John must have a great practice. And Gino said, what now? And that guy does the surgery, Dr. John. As if there's a Dr. John, and sure. he does all of them.
Dr. Tommy John?
He does all of them. Yeah.
He's got that
would be a practice, but it ain't Dr. John, and it's being done by lots of doctors around the country.
Be a nice monopoly to have, though, wouldn't it?
Gee whiz.
He had it for a while.
Edison, long third, another long fourth. A 1-2 to Kemp. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Change up. Taken down and away from the right-handed batter, so he had gotten him. Edison twice. Now Edison gets him on the strikeout. Half a dozen of those for him. This time he gets away with a 1-out walk. Did not get away with the lead walk in that 3rd inning. Dodgers lead their 6-man after 4. 3-2 Los Angeles, San Diego sports leader, XX 1090.
Lexus Carlsbad and Lexus Escondido combined offer you San Diego County's largest selection of new Lexus vehicles.
Padres baseball on San Diego sports leader XX 1090.
On to the top of the 5th inning here. 8-9 leadoff batter set for the San Diego Padres. It's been fun. Never dull. Ground ball on the 1-2 to third base. Kennedy, big hop. He'll take his time, make Volquez run. He'll jog. It's 2 gone. In the 5th, Alexi Amarista.
Padres baseball brought to you by Hawaiian Airlines. Why drive all the way to L.A.? Take a nonstop wide-body flight to Hawaii from San Diego on Hawaiian Airlines. Hawaii flies with us. Mahalo, Ted.
Mahalo to you, too.
Thank you.
Amarista, fly out, ground out, 0 for 2. Second time all year in the leadoff spot. Denorfia yesterday against the lefty Clayton Kershaw, against the Clayton Richard of the Padres, inside ball 1. Breaking ball. That's Aaron's curveball. That's a strike. 1-1. Dodgers half game up on the Giants. They once had a 7-game lead. All gone. 1-1 outside. Doubled up. Same pitch. A curve. The wave is making its way down the right field line. Entertaining the troops. Entertaining each other. And themselves. 2-1. Chopper on the right side. Rivera with the grab. He'll feed Aaron perfectly. And Harang is there to get him. That is all in the top of the 5th inning. Aaron Harang retires the Padres in order for the 3rd time out of 5 innings. Maintains his 3-2 lead after 4.5 in Dodger Stadium. San Diego sports leader, XX 1090.
For the guaranteed lowest prices and the greatest selection of sheepskin boots and slippers, go to Boot World, your home of sheepskin. Boot World has the finest brands of sheepskin: Ugg Australia, Aussie Dog, Stahicum, and Old Friend.
Not be used for purposes other than stated in the program.
Padres baseball on San Diego sports leader XX 1090.
Andre Ethier will lead off for the Los Angeles Dodgers. They have a 3-2 lead. They, as noted, have the half-game lead in the National League West, where they came in 3rd last year. 83-79, 11.5 games back of the division championship for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Who expected that? Not us. 4, 5, 6 batters: Ethier, Rivera, and Kennedy. Volquez, first pitch popped up. Chase coming toward the stands from 3rd, and a backhand grab right by the rail. Big old snow cone, a lot of white showing, but he makes the grab one away on 1 pitch. Ethier had singled twice and driven in 2 of the 3 runs.
Well, that helps, and he's not had really good swings on the Volquez fastball today. The only one that he did get a good swing on was the 3-2 fastball that he hit for a single. But he was late on that 93-mile-an-hour heater, and 1 pitch, 1 away. Another way, nice way to start the inning for Volke, who's now at 87 total pitches.
Juan Rivera. Pitch outside, ball 1. Yankees call Rivera. He was play his first major league game. It's in Yankee Stadium. He's running in the outfield. He's talking. He's not looking straight ahead. Runs into a cart. Guy driving the other way. Smashed his kneecap onto the DL. Delayed his major league debut. He takes a strike, 1-1. How disappointing could that possibly have been? Volquez comes back, breaking ball low.
Well, the good thing is you're on the major league DL. That's a heck of a lot better than being on the minor league DL. I think it's so frustrating when you hear the stories of the guys that are going to get called up that night and something happens to them in that ball game in the minor leagues before they get called up. That's heartbreaking.
The 2-1. Strike. Deniz, 2-2. Walk, and a walk was with the bases loaded and a line drive preceding that. 90 pitches. He's working out there in the heat. He being Edison Volquez of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Fly ball. Will Venable. Long run. Can't get there. Base hit. Shallow right in toward the line. Rivera has a single, a 1-out runner for the Dodgers.
Little blooper.
Third baseman, Adam Kennedy.
Put the driver away, brought the lob wedge, put it right inside the right field foul line.
Bottom of the fifth, and the fifth inning is brought to you by Subway, where it's $5 after 5 p.m. Enjoy any regular foot-long sub for $5 each when you buy 2 or more every day after 5 p.m. and all day on Sunday. See store for details. Subway. Eat fresh. Adam Kennedy's 0 for 2. Former Cardinal Angel, now Dodger. Volquez outside, ball 1. Throwing very few fastballs the last 2 innings. A lot of change.
Well, really, ever since Darren Balsley went out and talked to him in the middle of that rough 3rd inning, and he came right back and he threw all curveballs and changeups to Rivera, and since then he's been throwing a lot more off speed.
Darren's on the phone. The runner's going. Chop foul first base, and guys are taking out their warm-ups down there in that right field bullpen. Brad Rock, you're up. 3-2 Los Angeles. They finished up their last homestand with the Mets in Cincinnati. They went to Arizona for a weekend 4-game series before the All-Star break. Had a short ride home from Phoenix. Now we'll have the Phillies coming in for 3 games on Monday after this series ends tomorrow. Runner going again, swinging a miss out in front of the change, throwing the throw underneath the glove. Amarista thought if he picks it, he's got a chance for the tag. Instead, on the error, going to third base, beating the throw there is Juan Rivera. That hurt.
Ted, I agree with you. Even though Yasmani Grandal had to catch a changeup, he was still able to get it down there in time. I thought if Amarista picks that ball, that they have him by a few feet also. Just went underneath his glove.
Yeah. Going to be a short hop tag out at second. Would have been huge. Instead, bring the infield in. Increases the chances for the batter with the runner at third and a 3-2 Dodger lead.
I'll tell you what, the Padres got lucky also. Chase Headley making a nice play over at third base. That throw was almost going to short hop him, and Edinson was not backing up third.
Error has to go to Grandal because the ball was in the dirt, but as we mentioned, got to be picked. A line drive, first pitch, base hit, Adam Kennedy to right field. Rivera scores. He'll go to second base with that ball in the corner, up and throwing Venable. Then Kennedy is there with an RBI double and a 4-2 Dodger lead.
Changeup elevated.
Well, that's one of those, as they say, cliche number 10. Won't show up in the box score, but that's not an error. But that's a ball on the low throw. You short hop and pick it. There's nobody on base for that double to score the run. It would have been just the double, and that's all. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Here's A.J. Ellis. RBI Kennedy only his 13th of the entire year. Pitch in and foul back. There's a fastball at 93. Ellis has struck out twice, both at bats.
You know, one thing that's been a little different also, we're looking at the number of fastballs thrown by Volquez. He's had a couple of first pitch outs on fastballs, which has reduced the number of heaters that we've actually seen. Still using it. But he's definitely been using that curveball and changeup just as much.
A.J. Ellis as in Andrew James. Pitch is outside. Ball 1-1. Fastball for a change. Haven't seen much of that doubled up. Ellis, 4.5 pitches per plate appearance. That is the most anybody sees per at-bat or plate appearance in the National League. 1-1 inside on him on a change and foul back.
He just cannot get a read on that changeup. He struck out on it twice so far today and just swung out of his shoes on that one.
Eddie, you battle, I'll give you that.
Yes, he has.
Yep. He's coming up on 100 pitches right here on this next one to Ellis. 4-2 Dodgers, runner at second. Got to minimize the damage right here with one away. Set on the 1-2. In the dirt again, Grandal, a block. He's had a busy day and a bunch of those changeups in the dirt. and has blocked every single one.
And I know you're going to get that with Edinson. Throws a lot of changeups, a lot of curveballs. And he throws them hard. Not an easy guy to catch. Yasmani's done a great job.
Indeed. And you got to worry about that because Nick Hundley was terrific at it. You wouldn't expect a rookie to be as good. He's not as good, but he's doing it well. The 2-2 in the dirt. Again, shifting to his right to grab it. Full count to Ellis. Luis Cruz, the rookie in the 8th spot, is on deck.
Yasmani earning his stripes today, Ted.
Oh, yeah. So you want to be a catcher, huh? Well, I don't know. Come on in. Let's talk about that. They're hard to find. Many have been switched from catcher to something else. And the inverse also. Making guys catchers. 3-2. Ground ball, third base, and foul. We talked about Kenley Jansen, their closer. He's a former catcher. Benito Santiago was a shortstop. Turned him into a catcher because of that great arm of his. Or was.
I think of Craig Biggio also. Originally a catcher. Things worked out okay for him at second base, wouldn't you say?
Pretty much. And a lot of outfield, too, in those last few years.
Yep.
Hall of Famer in my book. Volquez, 3-2 in the air. Routine right field. Will Venable is tracking for out number 2, and it comes on down. It does. And Kennedy will tag and go to third. They'll cut that off. Runner at third, 2 gone. It's the bottom of the 5th. The run home, 4-2 Dodgers. Cruz, as mentioned, in the 8th spot.
Number 47, Luis Cruz.
Buddy is right on that top step again, but just leaning over because he wants to tell him to walk this guy right now and go after Aaron Harang. That's a gimme. Technically the 4th walk, first intentional by Edinson Volquez. Ball 1 is on its way. Ball 2 shortly. 1:10 tomorrow. Hope you'll be with us wherever you're going to be, and hopefully off of work and having fun and bringing the ball game along, as they say, on the radio. There's ball 3. Intentional walk, done and done. First and third, 2 gone for Aaron Harang.
Aaron Harang.
Aaron's given up 2 runs and 3 hits here today. Has a 4-2 lead. Padres beat him in his first start of the year. That Sunday game of the 4-game set to start of the season in Petco. Now the big fella steps in, all 6'7" of them. Eddie from the stretch delivers outside ball 1. Kennedy at third, Cruz at first. Run home on the single, the double actually, by Adam Kennedy. Now at third. Get beaten by Adam Kennedy and Mark Ellis yesterday. Good heavens. Being pick. Pitch again, outside corner. This is a strike, 1-1. Good inning. Pitch to the ground ball. Third base, Headley. Backhand, stay down on him. He's got the throw across, and the threat is gone. Volquez, I don't know, man. The job is to keep your club in a ball game. You have absolutely done that without your best command. Not even close to it here today, but that's okay. 1 run, couple of hits and error. And the Dodgers leave a pair after 5. The ball game's official. Dodgers 4, Padres 2. This is Padre Baseball on the Sports Leader, XX 1090.
Celebrate Toyota Carlsbad's 40th anniversary with huge savings today on gas-saving Toyotas like Prius, Corolla, Camry, and many more. See specials online at ToyotaCarlsbad.com.
Toyota Carlsbad.
I-5 Cannon Road, Car Country, Carlsbad.
Hi, fans. Bob Scanlon here to tell you about my good friends at Daniels Jewelers, the perfect place to buy the diamond jewelry of your dreams. Family owned for 64 years, Daniels has 58 California locations, including 9 here in San Diego. With flexible credit and interest-free financing, Daniels is your gift-giving headquarters for all of life's.
San Diego sports leader, XX 1090.
Logan Forsythe warming up there, taking some hacks on the on-deck circle on the first base side. Ready to go here for the boys and the 2, 3, 4 batters. Anybody's ball game, 4-2 Dodgers. Forsythe, Headley, Carlos Quentin has already gone deep here today. Volquez without his best stuff, battling big time. Buddy Black came over, sat with him. And it was not a negative conversation. You could tell the way he was talking, patting him on the knee, saying, hey, man, way to hang in there. Way to keep us in the ball game, et cetera, et cetera. Forsythe with a single and a ground out against the big fella, Aaron Harang. Has done some great work in the community in Cincinnati and San Diego with Aaron's Aces, getting tickets for kids who normally would not be able to afford to go to the game, and Aaron's family takes care of them big time. Pitch on the way. He's in the dirt, ball one. In the top of the 6th. In fact, when the ball club was in Cincinnati last year against his former club that he had come from, they had a big pregame ceremony with Aaron and his wife there, being honored for all the community work he did there, and carry that over into San Diego, and I'm sure he's doing it here. It's what he does. Good man, that Harang. 1-0, swing and a miss.
Yeah, it was fun having him in San Diego for a season. I'm sure one of those dreams come true for a San Diego kid to be able to pitch back in his hometown. And as you said, Ted, so often it goes overlooked how much guys give back to the community.
1-1. Outside. 2-1. And Aaron Tucker coming out Great American Ballpark. Oh, I'm at Petco. Look, that would have been a home run in Great American. That's an out. I'm going to the dugout. This is much nicer. The 2-1 is up. 3-1. And for a long time before the short fence went in, Qualcomm and Jack Murphy. It was a great pitcher's park. Okay, it was a good one. It wasn't Petco, but it was good. When they had the 17-foot wall before the 8-foot 2-inch baby went in there, changed everything. 3-1 is high, ball 4. Brings the tying run to the plate there. The lead walk. Here comes Chase Headley.
Hitting the road, take the Pods with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.TV today to see every Padres out-of-market game live, online, and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Padres.com to order and get more details. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere.
We mentioned before Volquez leading the world, both leagues in walks, but Aaron's 6th in the National in most walks, but that's his first today. He'll throw to first, and Forsythe's right there. The Dodgers by 4-2. They have 8 hits. The Padres only 3 against Harang. Pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball past Chase, who has reached on an error and struck out. Aaron delivering. Same thing. Fastball in. Might have cut it. 0-2 on the swing by Chase. Missing.
Seen a lot of that the last couple weeks of Chase Headley. Fastballs hard in, and that's been pretty much the formula that the Dodgers have used the last 2 nights.
Aaron delivering. High fly ball. I thought he got all of that ball. Deep right field. Ball going. Chase Headley. Ball gone. A new ball game. Padres have tied the game in the 6th inning. Rushed. Chase Headley. Pavilion. Deep right field.
And the Dodgers going to that well one too many times. They'd already gone inside, 0-2 pitch. And once again, A.J. Ellis was camped out on the inside part of the plate. They were trying to jam Chase and trying to elevate maybe just a little bit. And Chase was all over it. Great anticipation on Chase's part to turn the tide on those heaters that they've been pounding him in with.
Home run number 9 for Chase. RBI 43-44. Great formula. Lead walk, home run, you're tied. At 4, here's Carlos, who cut it to 1 run on his home run, and he takes a strike.
And that second trip around the diamond tonight for the Padres is brought to you by Daniels Jewelers. And during the month of July, Daniels Jewelers will donate $1,000 to Make-A-Wish San Diego.
Harang coming in on him on a slider foul by the third base dugout.
A wish tells a child that anything is possible, even the future. And Daniels Jewelers is making their dreams come true. They've been making dreams come true since 1948.
Big smile on Edison Volquez's face. His guy's coming by, giving him 5. He's off the hook right now. Starting all over, no decision. Out in front of a slider, swinging a miss, strike 3 by Carlos Quentin. After a walk, home run. Strikeout, 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
You know, and I've been in Edison's spot before where you haven't had a very quality game in terms of your stuff. You've battled, you've kept your team in there. You leave the game losing 4-2 or whatever it is, but you've kept the team close. And it's not that you've spit the hook. That's not why you're happy at this point. You just feel like, hey, all that effort was worthwhile keeping my team close. Now we got a chance to win this thing.
Clayton did it yesterday. Edison today, strike delivered, 2. Yasmani Grandal. Another day, another new pitcher he's never seen. For the rookie from Cuba, inside from the San Diego native out of Patrick Henry High School. 1-1. Delivering again. It's outside. Aaron, originally drafted by the Texas Rangers, traded to the A's for Randy Velarde, and traded to Cincinnati for Jose Guillen. Line foul, Yasmani down the left field line, out of play. Lower deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Six-seven right-hander on to 2-2 outside. Full count, nobody on, 1 away here in the 6th. Potter hit number 4. Yard. That's another fairly recent phenomenon. 3-2 ground ball, first base. That's taken there by Rivera. He'll do it by himself. 2 gone in the 6th. Free unassisted. First baseman Rivera. Now first baseman Yonder Alonso will be batting here against Duran.
Padres baseball brought to you by GTM Stores. Visit GTM Discount General Stores in Santee and Lemon Grove for up to 70% off HD TVs, electronics, furniture, supplies, groceries, designer fashions for the family, and more. Click GTMstores.com for valuable coupons.
Yonder. Big rip and a foul back. Chad Billingsley tomorrow. Jason Marquis. Padres. Pitch in the dirt by Harang, 1-1.
Harang throwing a lot of curveballs to Grandal and Alonso. The last 3 at-bats. Trying to get him to roll over as they just got Grandal to do in the previous at-bat.
Aaron goes to 91 pitches. 1-1 on the way here. It is again that curve that Scan talked about. Low, 2-1. Beautiful setting here in Chavez Ravine. 50 years of Dodger baseball. High fly ball the opposite way. That's routine to Abreu. In the left field, calling, catching, that's it. Walk, home run. Then Aaron Harang did differently, minimize the damage, getting 3 consecutive batters. But Chase Headley comes up big. Those home runs that tie ball games or put your club ahead, those are the big ones. And that's what Chase Headley has done. To the bottom of the 6th, tied at 4. San Diego Sports leader, XX 1090.
Does your company provide a healthy workplace for your employees? If so, call 858-535-2555 to nominate your company for the Healthy Employer Award, brought to you by United Healthcare and Scripps Health. Your company could win 30 tickets to a Padres game, an autographed baseball, an award plaque, and a chance to throw out the first pitch. Call XX 1090 at 858-535-2555.
Agreements that transform Mexico.
Major League Baseball scoreboard update.
Jordan Caruth with this in-game update. Yu Darvish is having a rough start to the second half.
Already 25 pitches for
Rick Riz. Voice of the Mariners on radio. Good guy, good broadcaster. 4-4 tie ball game here. With the top of the order schedule, the new Padre pitcher, the New Jersey boy, Brad Rock, will come on after Edison Volquez. 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, earned 4 walks, 1 intentional, half a dozen strikeouts, and hockey sticks. 111 pitches on the night. Hard working. Speaking of Rick Riz, by the way, historically, when the Detroit Tigers fired their longtime broadcaster, the legendary and Hall of Famer Ernie Harwell, Rick Riz was named by the then CEO of the Tigers by the name of Bo Schembechler what he was thinking to fire Ernie Harwell. He must have been out of his mind. He just didn't like Ernie. So he ignored the fan base and fired him. And poor Rick suddenly had to be the guy replacing him. As in, wait a minute, I didn't fire him. I just want to do my job here. And Rick went through what he should never have had to go through. And then the Tiger fans prevailed, and Ernie was brought back. That was Rick Rizzs. On the Mariner clip there, Bobby Abreu starts out in the 6th and takes a strike from Brad Brock. Oh, one on the way. Brad delivers inside. 1-1. Making his 31st appearance. ERA 3.86. And it's his ball game right now. Belongs to him and Orang. 4-4. 1-1. Ground ball yonder. He's got the grab. He's to the bag. 3 unassisted. 1 away in this bottom of the 6th inning.
Nice job, Brad Brock. Come right in and force Bobby Abreu to swing the bat early. He had seen 24 pitches in his previous 3 at-bats, but Brad Brock comes in, throwing strikes, forcing him to swing the bat early, 1 away. And Brad's done a nice job in his last 5 outings. He's not allowed an earned run.
Right-hander deals. Fastball. Strike call to Mark Ellis. Yesterday's home run decided the ball game. Wiped out a Padre 1-0 lead, a 2-run shot in the 6th. Now a 2-run shot by Chase Headley in the 6th has tied this one. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Nice slider. Fastball, slider, change up the repertoire for Brock. He used to have a split finger. Actually came into spring training throwing a splitty, and they just decided, you know what? It's so similar to your changeup. You use it so rarely. Why don't we just shelve that and stick with 3 pitches?
0-2. Outside. Splitty, eh?
It was.
Sounds so affectionate. Me and my splitty.
Well, it used to be everybody threw a split finger. And I was actually talking to Darren Ballsy today about how few guys actually throw it now.
1-2 fastball. Where was that? Oh, Brad's walking off the mound, and Greg Gibson saying, nah, you're a rookie, not good enough.
Oh, he just dotted him on the outside corner. Got to get rewarded for that pitch.
2-2. Brad coming right on back. There's the makeup. Strike 3 call. Same pitch, same location. Put the second out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Mark Ellis thinking, well, if he didn't call the other strike for a strike, maybe I can take another one for a ball.
Nah.
Not to be.
Not to be. Listen, if you need to lose weight, could be 5, could be 10, could be 40 pounds. With Metafast, you will do that. You could lose 20 in the first month. How about that for Head Start, a Jump Start? That's what they call it, a Jump Start program. Then you go into the maintenance, and you can't lose. You can't lose, but you'll lose weight, that's for sure. And that'll be a win for you. 888, the number 9, Metafast. Starting again Monday morning. You can go to SanDiegoMetafast.com and get an appointment. Set that up with your counselor, and you will lose weight with Metafast. Fastball strike to Matt Kemp. 4-4 tie. 2 out, nobody on here for Brad Brock. Volquez, no decision. Hits by Brad in the dirt. 1-1. Worked the last game before the All-Star break, a Sunday against Cincinnati. 1 inning. 1 walk and struck out 3. He's got a good breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-2. Slider.
Yeah, Matt Kemp actually trying to bail out of the way of that one. Unless he's pulling the Ryan Sandberg, setting you up to throw another one.
Oops. 1-2. Low.
Rhino was the best at that. First time I saw it, I was just called up to the big leagues. I'm sitting down in the bullpen. Saw Rhino buckle on an off-speed pitch. I turned to Paul Ossenmacher. I go, wow, he really got fooled on that one. Paul goes, yeah, that's what you think. Watch this. Sure enough, the guy comes back with another breaking ball, and Rhino hits it out of the ballpark. He did that all the time. Would buckle on a breaking ball, trying to set the pitcher up to throw him another one if he's sitting on him.
2-2. Ground ball in the hole. Long on the grass. Backhand. Never get Kemp. Nice play by Amrese. Did all he could, throwing for about 3 feet, 4 feet down the grass. A 1-hopper, and Kemp will beat it out for his 3rd hit of the day. An infield single.
Fastball, not hard hit, but it's on the ground right in the right spot. That 5.5 ball, Amrese with a long way to go. He was a good 7-8 feet on the grass in shallow right field. Went ahead and made the throw. Really no need to. No chance to throw on Kemp.
Andre Ethier. Tie-breaking run aboard in a 4-4 ball game. Throw into the 6th, huh? He's just speeding on. Brock has glove below the belt. His pitch is also low. Ball one on the fastball to the left-hand hitting Ethier. Great trade for the Dodgers. One of their all-time best. Getting him from the A's.
Well, Ned Colletti's first move.
When they dumped Milton Bradley.
Yep.
The 1-0 out in front, chop foul right to the Padre dugout.
That was addition through subtraction, regardless of what Andre Ethier ended up bringing to the table. And look at him now. Nice move, Ned.
Four runs, 9 hits for the home team. 4 runs, 4 hits for the Padres, but half those knocks have left the yard. Carlos Quentin solo. Chase Headley, 2-run shot. Hence, tied. Ethier steps out, calls time. Padres got swept here in April in a 3-game series. The 1-1 low and inside again blocked by Grandal. In the dirt, 2-1. As mentioned, Tommy Johns here, forward Dodger pitcher, had a first surgery, so they named the surgery after him. Hey, my theory is better an operation than a disease to get named after you, and that's what Tommy Johns said. His son was a terrific young entertainer. When he was like 9 and 10, he was on the not the Broadway, but the road edition of Les Miserables, playing Gavroche. And was really good. Could sing well. The 2-1. High fly ball, deep right center field. That is way out of here. Wow. Did he get a hold of a fastball and hit it out of here? No more tie ball game. Gave it to the Padre bullpen. Normally, that's a very sound and good warm feeling, but it's 6-4 Dodgers. Rush.
2-1 fastball, exactly where Andre Ethier likes it. One click out, one click up. Gets those long arms extended.
That was hit me batting practice right down the middle.
Yep. Wow. Home run number 11 on the season. And everyone talks about Matt Kemp, and really Andre Ethier's had a fantastic year for the Dodgers as well.
6 against the Padres. Rivera out in front of a breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Slider. Looking fastball. Dodger hit number 10. Home run. Coming on back. And again, an infield single starts it. Or they're out of the inning. Baseball. Foul back, nothing in 2.
Well, that's a pretty vicious 1-2 punch the Dodgers are going to be bringing to the table every night for the next 5 or 6 years.
They almost had Carlos Lee in that lineup to take over at first base for the late hitting Loney, but he wouldn't take the deal. Pitch outside. 1-2.
Well, Dodgers aren't done dealing yet. They may have come up with something better than Carlos Lee. Yeah, the guy doesn't want to be on a team making a run for a playoffs and go somewhere else.
Breaking ball. Strike. Slider inside corner, strike 3 called. Rivera caught looking. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but the infield single by Kemp deep in the hole at short, and then the booming home run. It was nothing cheap. This is a big park, and that thing just got out of here fast in a 373 sign and way beyond it in right center field. 2-run home run Ethier after a 2-run home run by Headley to tie the Dodgers back ahead. On to the 7, 6-4 Los Angeles, San Diego sports leader. Double X 1090.
Whew, that was close. Called Wawanisa's round-the-clock roadside assistance. They got me back on the road pronto. When I needed them most, they were there.
Roadside assistance, as low as $8 with good driver discount. From the insurance folks earning your trust since 1896. Get a quote at 877-WAWA-NESA or WawanisaUS.com. Drive well, save big, get covered.
Listen up if you like free stuff. Visit BMW South County.
Double X 1090.
Brad Brock back in the lead. Having point, Brad Brock with the home run given up. Puts Aaron Harang back in the lead, 6-4. Anthony Gwynn Jr. will take over for defense in left field for Bobby Abreu. First pitch, ball 1 to Will Venable. This is top of the 7th. Outside Aaron Harang. 95 pitches. A little high in the 7th, but a little conference out there with A.J. Ellis, his catcher, here for just a moment. Give a chance to remind you to do not miss the Summer Sky Blast. That is Saturday, July 21 with the Rockies in. Normal Saturday starting time, 5:35. And the Padres promise you the downtown skies lit up with the biggest fireworks show in Petco Park history. Tickets at Padres.com. Again, Saturday night, July 21. 2-0. There's a strike. Venables 0 for 2. A couple of ground outs against Aaron Harang. Ball in the field in right field.
Yeah, I think that bounced out of the Padre bullpen possibly. That happens every now and then. A short hop the catcher and hop over that fence and into right field.
Miles Michaelis up before. Michaelis up again. 2-1. High fly ball into center field. Hit pretty well. Deep center. Kemp going on back on the warning track and makes the grab. Well, missed it by this much. 390-foot shot. Warning track right center. One away.
2-1 breaking ball down, inner half. Will got a great swing on it. Dead center field. I don't know if that ball might not have left a little bit earlier today. 8:30 now here at Chavez Ravine. And the air gets a lot cooler. And the ball doesn't travel quite as far.
Cameron Maybin has hit the longest home run in major leagues this year. 485 feet in Chase Field, Phoenix. Ooh-wee. Speaking of long rides, they were serving dinner on that one, as the players say. Check swing outside. They appealed. No, he did not. Ball 1.
Full service flight?
Oh, yeah. In the old days, you say smoking or non-smoking, but none of that. No longer apropos, thank gosh. In the air, right side, popped him up. Second baseman Ellis drifting onto the grass to his left from second and makes the one-hand grab. 2 gone. Padre Baseball brought to you by Permadontics. If you have dental problems, missing teeth, problems eating what you want to eat, all that's going away. Just go to Permadontics.com. Make an appointment. Go see Doctors Berger and Ayers. With their experience of decades and decades and the incredible computer technology, they'll show you step-by-step what's going to happen. Make your appointment, and you'll have this procedure in 1 day. A complete new set of teeth. Problem solved at Permadontics.com. Guzman for Brock in the 9 spot. Harang's pitch outside, ball 1. Aaron's given up 4 hits, 2 home runs, 4 runs total. Solo shot Carlos Quentin. 2-run blast, and I do mean blast, much like Ethiers, by Chase Headley. Same, pretty much the same spot, right center. Ethiers a little bit longer up in the seats by Rowe. Outside, 1-1. Big right-hander deal, swing and a miss.
Buddy opting to go with Guzman in this situation. A chance to possibly run into one. He can hit the long ball for you with nobody on and 2 outs, and also at least versatile of your defensive players later in the ball game, saving Mark Kotze from the left side, of course, if there's the right-handed Jansen on the mound.
The 1-2 just missed outside. Most used and best pinch hitter of the year. Swing and a miss. It's been Guzman and Kotze, right and left-handed. Guzman a strikeout here out in front. Done and done. The order in the bottom 3rd. Just like that. 1, 2, 3. Stretch time in the 7th inning at Dodger Stadium. 6-4 Los Angeles. Game 2. San Diego sports leader. This is Padre Baseball on Double X 1090.
Hi, fans. Bob Scanlon here to tell you about my good friends at Daniels Jewelers, the perfect place to buy the diamond jewelry of your dreams. Family owned for 64 years, Daniels has 58.
Visit Geico.com to see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
Padres Baseball on San Diego sports leader Double X 1090.
Dodger Stadium, and the Padres down a couple. They'd have the long ball edge, but a big 2-run shot has put the Dodgers up as Miles Michaelis will come on here into Dodger Stadium to face the 6, 7, 8 batters in that 2-run lead for L.A. They'll take me out to the ball game, preceded by the singing So Michael is here in the bottom of the 7, 6-4 Dodgers. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the San Diego Padres. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the account and description of the game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres. Last of the 7th. Down 2. Brad Brock, the 1 inning. Got the first 2 outs. Happens so often. And then an infield single, the deep hole at short. Kemp gets a single. Ethier hits one a mile to right center. End of 4-4 game. Dodgers by 2. Adam Kennedy. 1 for 3 an RBI single in the last inning of Edinson Volquez, the 5th. Miles Michaelis delivers. Fastball strike.
Up to Miles now to keep this ball game close. Aaron Harang did his job for the Dodgers last inning, posting up a quick 0 after his team scored him a couple runs to take the lead. Now Miles has to keep this game close.
4.20 ERA. 15th appearance for this rookie from Jupiter, Florida. He'll be going on home next week on a road trip that begins in San Francisco after the coming homestand this week. 4-game series and so forth, starting with the Astros. Then into San Francisco and Miami. He's going back to Florida. Swing and a miss. Out in front of a breaking ball right there. 1-2.
Good hard curveball. Fastball, curveball. His fastball, as we've said, 92 up to 97, 98 miles an hour at times. We've only seen that a couple of times, though. But he can get there.
1-2. Again off speed. Check outside. Curve, 2-2. Buddy Black on the front rail watching his boys, talking to Darren Balsley. Those two can talk some pitching. When they talk pitching, I listen. You can learn a lot. 2-2. Line to left field. That's a base hit. Fought off an inside fastball, not in enough. Kennedy, his second straight knock, the lead man on in the 7th inning. You just can't let the man on. That's all. Easy said. Harder to do. Here's A.J. Ellis.
You got to stay within a bloop and a blast. And the one thing we've seen lately out of this Padres ball club is they're not quitting. They don't think that they're out of this ball game. They've fought back too many times in the last month. And there's a whole different sense in that dugout now. If you know what, we're down, but we're not out.
Michaelis, fastball, straight.
And I'll tell you what, Ted, that sense, that feeling that you can get back into a baseball game, that carries over to a pitching staff. It starts with your hitters. They've got to believe in themselves that they can come back. But once they do, once you've seen it as a pitching staff, you start feeling to yourself, hey, let's keep this thing close. Yeah, it does matter to stay within a run or two.
Gave up a couple of runs in his last start on July 5, the last outing rather. Swing and a miss. Had that pitch up where he wanted it, 0-2, and Ellis chased. It's a 9 2/3 scoreless streak. And that's the snap when he gave up those 2 runs on July 5. Long time between outings. 0-2 in the air, slicing down the right field line and into the box seats. Out of play, holding it 0-2. Pat Sajak's down there. Big baseball fan.
Where's Vanham?
Pat has suffered a lot. He is a big Cub fan. Huge Cub fan. Last time I saw him, in fact, was in Mesa at a Cub Padre game a couple of spring trainings ago. We had him on the air. It was fun. Loves baseball.
Well, that's a self-inflicted wound then, isn't it, Ted?
Of course. He knows much suffering. Throw to first. Kennedy on the bag. .6-4 Dodgers. Celebrity watching L.A. 0-2 breaking ball. Strike 3 call. Nasty curve there, Miles. 1 away.
His hammer is so good. Yes, he has the 94 to 96 mile-an-hour fastball. But there's a lot of guys in the big leagues that have that. There's not a whole lot of major league pitchers that have his breaking ball.
That 12-6 is just amazing.
It's big, it's hard, it's late. The only challenge is it's tough to control sometimes, and that's what he's going to have to continue to fight.
Cruz in the 8th spot for the injured D. Gordon, who would be batting leadoff. They've lost the major league stolen base leader, their shortstop. Broke his thumb sliding headfirst into second. Won't see him for more than a month through the first. Adam Kennedy right on the bag. 1 out, 1 on. 6-4 Dodgers, 7th inning. Pitch to Cruz. Strike. Right-hander gets ahead. Well, it's not bad. 13 strikeouts, 15 innings. Got another one right here when he got Ellis. 0-1 ground ball out front. Foul by the Dodger. Dugout, third base.
Well, Miles has that good punch-out pitch. As we mentioned, his challenge is to get command of that breaking ball. And the other thing that he's going to find, that curveball of his is so big that some of the better hitters may be able to see it out of his hand. And it's not because he throws a loopy one that just has such depth on it that he needs to start it higher. We'll see if that becomes a factor as he faces lineups more often.
This one line foul sharply with the runner in motion at third base. That runner, Adam Kennedy, will get on back.
Tim Wallach putting the ball into the stands. You mentioned earlier, great third baseman. One of the best low and inside fastball hitters from the right side of the plate I ever faced. There weren't too many guys that could catch up to my sinker down and in from the right side. He was one of them.
0-2, slow ground ball. Miles charging off the mound and a low throw off the bag, but they give the force at second. Kind move by Fuzzy. Kennedy's out. Bad throw by Miles. Kind of rushed it a little bit.
Well, it was off to the third base side of the mound, and when he was getting the ball, his momentum was carrying him over to third base. He almost second-guessed himself on throwing the ball to second base. He finally decided, I better let it go, and Logan Forsythe doing a nice job of not letting his momentum pull him off the bag. He's able to keep his foot on the bag while he had to reach for that ball in the dirt, and then he snow cones it. And you're hard-pressed to have more of the baseball sticking out of the end of your glove than Logan Forsythe had and still be able to hold on to the ball.
Dodger fans thought he came up early. I did too, but they give you that if you're in the neighborhood, and he was. They're going to hit for Aaron Harang.
Nice job tonight by Aaron.
Jerry Hairston Jr. started yesterday. Continued into a 6-game hitting streak on the line right here. 6-4 Dodgers. Bottom of the 7th. Takes outside, ball 1. Jerry's a .295 hitter for him. Only 1 for 3 with an RBI as a pinch hitter. His role here. A ball to Hairston in front of a sellout crowd here at Dodger Stadium. 54,000. That's another thing with these. You don't see that much because there's no retro parks that big. Yankee Stadium's close. But 54,014. You got to go to the old stadium. There's so few of them to have those kind of numbers anymore. Pitch outside. 3-0 to Jerry Hairston. 6-4 Dodgers. Runner at first, and here the 7th. 2 gone.
Jerry had some real nice at-bats in last night's ball game where Ted Both and you and I think were surprised at how hard he hit the ball opposite field. He usually tries to pull, but with the right side open, holding the runner on first base, a lot of room if he wants to shoot it that way.
3-0. Wade fastball outside, ball 4. Didn't come close with one of them. Pushing Cruz to second. First and second, 2 gone. Down 2. Top of the order. First at bat after coming on defensively, Anthony Gwynn Jr. Jerry Hairston wearing number 6. Wait a minute. You mean they have a retired Garvey's number here, but they did in San Diego?
I thought that was Flam's number 6 they retired for.
No, close enough. That's like, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. The Garv was a Dodger. He had a nice short career with the Padres and the most famous home run in Padre history. But that was kind of a rush to judgment, I thought. And the Dodgers haven't. And Hairston's wearing his number. Here is Anthony Gwynn. Or number 18 with the Padres. One off his dad's 19, number 10 here. Grounded out yesterday. Takes outside here, ball one.
Had a nice push bunt for a base hit yesterday to start the rally. Now we go to the third base side. Chase Headley playing deep at third, though, with 2 outs.
6 runs, 11 hits. 8th year is tie-breaking 2-run home run for the Dodgers. 4 runs, 4 hits. 2 home runs solo Carlos Quentin. 2-run tying shot at that time by Chase Headley. Anthony takes a strike, 1-1. Daddy's here. Broadcasting with Dick Enberg for Fox Television. Didn't get a chance to watch him too much except on TV. 2 on, 2 away. 1-1 breaking ball. Strike. Good curve. Ahead 1-2.
Boy, that's tough. Starts at the letters, crosses the plate at the knees. Nice pitch.
Anthony batting .242 overall. 17 runs batted in. A lot of leading into defensive work. He is their best defensive outfielder in terms of off the bench. Kemp would be the main guy there and a Gold Glove winner from back in 2010.
Well, the thing that's impressed me also, Ted, is he just keeps getting better and better each year in the way he handles the bat now. I don't think he could have done that push bunt that he pulled off last night when he was a member of the Padres just a couple of years ago.
Miles Michaelis comes set on the 1-2 pitch to Gwynn. Ground ball up the middle. Here comes Amarista with a grab and gets to second base. Ahead of the sliding Jay Hairston. That is all. 6 unassisted in the inning. They're keeping it where it is. You got a shot here. 2 more times. 2 more innings. With no runs. 1 hit, 2 left. After 7 full, the middle game of a 3-game series after the All-Star break. Padres and the Dodgers the way it ought to be. 6-4 LA. San Diego sports leader. XX 1090.
Dick's Last Resort is the joint your mama warned you about. They're located in the gas lamp, just a napkin's throw from Petco Park on 5th Avenue between J and K. They're serving up the sarcasm for lunch, dinner, and late night. They've got the biggest and best patio bar in the gas lamp. They've got game day $5 24-ounce beer specials served in a big bucket of ice. Dick's Last Resort is the shame of the gas lamp. Come on down before, during, and after the game for some grub, booze, and rowdy good times. Live entertainment. No cover, no class. Dick's Last Resort.
The Golf Mart has the best service and the biggest selection of the best brands in San Diego, and the Golf Mart is the home of the original 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Locations in Del Mar, San Marcos, Encinitas, and the Superstore in Mission Valley. There's a Golf Mart near you.
You know what I've noticed? When some people say, "Excuse me," they actually mean "excuse you." And when they say, "May I help you?" they generally mean, "What do you want now?" But I've also noticed when you fly with Hawaiian Airlines and they say,
Aloha and welcome aboard.
they really mean,
Aloha and welcome aboard.
enjoy all.
On San Diego's sports leader, XX 1090.
Changes for the Dodgers here, Jerry Hairston. Pinchetta will stay in the 9 spot. Jerry will take over third base. .6-4 Dodgers. Ronald Belisario in yesterday. Second out of the bullpen behind Javi Guerra, who's not available, as we mentioned today. His dad has had a heart attack, but he's okay, they said. He's gone down to Mexico to see him, just south of the border there in South Texas. So Belisario again yesterday, 1 inning. 1, 2, 3 with a strikeout. When he had the 8th, you'll have the 8th again. Kenley Jansen is their closer. It is 6-4 LA. Top of the order, Alexi Amarista. Fastball, high, ball 1.
As we saw yesterday, Belisario 92 to 95 on that hard sinker and also a good slider.
Right-hander set. Fastball again inside. 2-0. Alexi not on in his second time ever in the leadoff spot. 0 for 3. Belisario's pitch. Fastball again. Strike. 2-1. Forsythe on deck. Then Headley. Now 2-1. High fly ball right center field. Nobody's catching that. That's going to roll for a long time. All the way to the wall in right center field. Lexi's going to turn it on. He's going for a 2. Wide turn, then decided, hold it, man. I got to bring the timer under the plate. I'm not making the first out at third. Wise move. They might have had him. They would have had him. He's got a double.
You know, I love the approach, though. He's thinking triple all the way, and he gets a fastball out over. Belisario had thrown him a good sinker down and away on the previous pitch. He tried to go back down there, missed with it up. Amarista all over it, but I love the fact that he's thinking 3 all the way until Hoffey has to put the hard stop on him and say, no, no, no. As you said, Ted, never make that first out at third base. Now it's up to Logan Forsythe to try to keep things going.
And by the way, you talk about stopping on a dime. I never saw a guy go full speed to stop like that. Nice breaks outside the Logan Forsythe. Ball 1.
Yeah, he's got the heavy-duty discs out there.
Oh, wow. Belisario, 31st appearance. 1-for-8. They can just keep him out of trouble. Both here and in his home country. Chopper down to third. Runner going to third. That's okay. Jerry Hairston will take him to off third base with nobody covering. He'll go to his left, make the throw in time. They move the runner to third with 1 away.
Well, that's a risky read by Amarista, but he got it right. Usually when the ball's in front of you like that, they teach you, hey, you got to hold. But he sees that Hairston is going to have to come in for that ball. He's able to run behind him and get himself over to third.
Top of the 8th. Padre Baseball brought to you by the San Diego County Toyota Dealers. San Diego County Toyota Dealers, they've got what it takes. Right-hander set. Inside corner. Strike call to Chase Headley. Home run, 2-run shot. Deep right center. At that time in the 6th, tied the ball game at 4. Chase wants time, steps out. Put some Toyotas in my time out there. From the San Diego County Toyota Dealers. 0-1. Just outside.
Good eye, and not easy. This guy's throwing hard, 94, 95 with great movement. That ball's moving in 2 or 3 different directions before it sinks right as it approaches the strike zone.
Amarista walking down from third. Belisario's 1-1. Fouled out of play. Had a good rip on a fastball. Couldn't get it. Third base side in the second deck. 1 and 2. Right after the All-Star break. In L.A., easy trip for the boys. Bus up Thursday night. Bus back tomorrow night with their Mastros. Petco, 7:05 Monday. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chase is in the top 10 in strikeouts. No question. And that's his second time today. Harang got him in the third. Belisario with the runner at third and less than 2 outs. Strikes him out. Now there is 2 away.
Belisario does such a great job of keeping the ball down in the zone. We talked about the movement, that sinking action. He's only allowed 28 balls in the air all season as opposed to 48 ground balls. That's a pretty lopsided ratio. That just puts an exclamation point on the fact that this guy has a hard sinker, and tough for Carlos Quentin to go deep. Hopefully he can get something up in the zone like Amarista did.
Solo home run leading off the 4. Takes a fastball low here, ball 1. 95 miles an hour. After the All-Star game, last All-Star game here was 1980. They're due, but again, it's the new parts that get promised in part for getting the parts built. 1-0. In on him and fouled at the plate. 1-1.
That hurts. Looks like a fastball down the middle, or at least a little bit inner half that Carlos can drive. He cuts it loose thinking that he's going to be able to square it up, and instead it just runs in on his hands at the last second, and he pounds it right onto his toe.
Dodgers got here in 58, and to reward that move, though it was certainly not a new stadium, it was the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. They got the All-Star game their second year here in 1959, and then, as mentioned, 80, and not since. And they probably won't get it for quite some time. The 1-1. Missed outside. Fastball again. 2-1.
Well, it's always asked, when are the Padres going to get it? And, of course, we had the World Baseball Classic.
Not the same, is it?
Nope.
You guys keep the World Baseball Classic. Give me the All-Star game. Had it twice in Mission Valley, of course. In 78 and 92. It is big time. And that whole big event with the batting practice open to the public, Padres started that. The late, great Elton Schiller. It was his idea. It's become standard tradition now. 6-4 Dodgers. 2-1 pitch out in front. Line sharply. Look out. Foul down the lower deck.
Ooh, front door hanging slider. Intended to go to the outside corner. Belisario just hung it, backed up right into Carlos Quentin's swing path. And he was just a little bit out in front of it.
Grounder at third, 2 gone in the 8th inning. The 2-2 fastball way outside. They're going to give him nothing with first base open. By the same token, they won't want to put the tying run on. The rookie Grandal is next, but they're going to, think this is the guy we cannot let beat us. This Carlos Quentin guy. Makes sense to me. San Diego native, Union High School. Payoff pitch to him. Line shot down the left field line. Fair foul. Foul ball. Oof. Well, that would have been a run in and a runner at second.
Yeah, sure would have. And yeah, that mislocation by Belisario on the inner half. He was trying to go down and away. And again, Quentin getting a great swing on it, just a little bit out front.
Several feet foul, caught by the ball boy on the line drive. Catch those, kid, but you catch a fair ball, and you'll be a vendor tomorrow instead of doing that job. Payoff again, the 3-2, line shot, center field, base hit, Carlos Quentin. Into the gap in right center, he'll take the one. Cut off by Matt Kemp on a 360 spin throw on to score Amarista. 1-run ball game. 6-5 Dodgers still going on in the top of the 8th. Here comes Grandal.
That is a big league at bat by a great hitter. Carlos Quentin fighting off some tough pitches. Just a little bit out in front of some of the pitches that he got on the inner half. And then finally Belisario tries to throw another fastball, this one down the middle, and he lines it into right center field. That is the difference maker that he has added to the middle of this lineup.
RBI 19 after number 18 was his lead home run in the 4th. That cut it to a 1-run game. He's done it twice. First pitch off Belisario's leg right to second base. Grabbed by Ellis. Unbelievable. I mean, you talk about bad luck. Grandal lines it right off Belisario. It goes anywhere else. The inning is continuing. Probably first and third. At least, first and second. No. Karam. Belisario to Ellis and on to Rivera. 1-4-3 and a last shot by Grandal. It was smoked. But it's only going to be the 1 run. On a couple of hits, the Padres leave 1, but they're 1 down with another crack to the bottom of the 8th. 6-5 Dodgers. San Diego Sports Leader, XX 1090.
Condom is more reliable.
Right, sir, on the mound here at Miles Michaelis. First pitch on the way. It's breaking ball for strike. 2, 3, 4 batters. Mark Ellis, Matt Kemp, Andre Ethier with the Dodgers up 6-5. 0-1. Check swing on the curve. They appeal. Nope.
Boy, talk about bad luck, Ted. You already said it. Line drive by Grandal right off the foot of Belisario to end that inning. That was an absolute rocket.
Ellis singles his first 2 at-bats. Up and into him here at a curve. Boy, baseball has changed. Curveball up and in. Boo. Didn't you people watch Drysdale when he was here? Come on. That's nothing. Literally nothing. The 2-1 on the way is outside. 3-1. I miss talking to Double D when he was up here broadcasting in his post-career. First with the Angels, then with the Dodgers. Died way, way too young on a road trip in Montreal. Pitch is a strike. 3-2. I thought it was always neat that Ross Porter, who could still be here, but LaCourte fired him after his 28 years. 3-2. High ball 4. Lead walks. Michael, the second inning.
Center fielder number 27, Matt Kemp.
Just a single and a walk in the first. the 7th. Now the single, the walk leading off. You got guys on, and Matt Kemp is coming to the plate. Kenley Jansen there. Closer is warming. And Ross Porter, each trip after that for many years, would go right to the room, right outside the room number at the hotel, the Sheraton there where they stayed in downtown Montreal, and would say a prayer for Double D, for Don Drysdale, each year after that, because that's where they found him, in that hotel room.
That's the class of Ross Porter.
That's him. Kemp, curveball, low ball 1. And Ross, a man, I was in Oklahoma City in graduate school. Ross owned that market on Channel 4. Great TV anchor for news, sports, play-by-play, football, basketball, baseball. Ross could do it all. And then McCourt says, I don't like him. The 1-0 is way outside, 2-0.
I went to school with Ross's son, Ross Jr., over at Harvard-Westlake High School here in North Hollywood, California. And as I was coming up through the minor leagues, whenever the Phillies would go in to play the Dodgers, Ross would always make an effort to try to find me on the field somewhere and say hi. And that was before I got to the big leagues. And then after I was able to get to the big leagues, always made it a point to try to say hi to each other. Just a tremendous broadcaster, great man, and hope he's doing well.
Michael is on the 2-0, swing and a miss. He's sitting fastball on the 2-0. No, the big hook. Missing. Kemp 2-1.
Well, finally getting some, I don't want to say bad swings, but swings that don't result in hard contact out of Matt Kemp. Volquez was able to strike him out on a curveball out front of that breaker.
.65 Dodgers. 2-run home run Ethier to break a 4-4 tie. Now cut it to 1 again for the second time today. Kemp, a high fly ball to deep left field, but I thought playable. Yes, Carlos back. A couple of strides to the warning track, and Quinton makes the grab. He's out in front, and it still goes almost to the track on a nothing swing, 1 away.
Well, he had to figure he was going to get another one because he swung and missed so badly on the previous one. Then he figures, all right, that kid's going to try to throw me another one of those breakers, and Michaelis did. It wasn't quite as low as the previous one, but still just enough to get Kemp to hit it off the end of the bat.
Buddy's on the way. He's crossed the first baseline. He's going to get the left-hander to go against Ethier. We'll take a pitching change break in the 8th inning with a man on, a 1 away, 6-5 Dodgers with a 6-5 lead. Have a man on here. 1 away is the lefty, former Aztec. Alex Hinshaw will come on. Got some former Aztecs out there today. The starter, Aaron Harang. The left fielder, Tony Gwynn. The manager, Buddy Black. Who'd I miss that? Anybody? It's going to be Alex against Ethier. 6-5 LA, bottom of the 8th.
Alex Hinshaw's been throwing the ball well. He had 1 rough outing 3 outings ago in Colorado where he allowed 4 earned runs. But you look at those numbers, I don't think they tell the whole story of how well he's been throwing. And you take that 1 bad outing out, month of June, 9 outings, pitched 8 2/3, 16 strikeouts, 4 walks, only 2 hits allowed.
Ellis at first with the lead walk, now with 1 gone. Hinshaw for Michaelis, low and outside, ball 1 to Ethier, the pitching change. Brought to you by the UFCW, the United Food and Commercial Workers, Local 135, a union that supports workers and the community. Alex, 21st appearance. The 1-0 on the way. Popped it up foul third base. That will reach the seats. Out of play.
Good hard fastball, 92 miles an hour. Also has that hard biting slider from the left side. And that's why he's been so tough on left-handers this year. They hit only 152 against him.
In San Francisco, they're arch rivals of these here Dodgers. Oh, they had battles all the way back to New York. 40s and 50s. It got ugly at times. They hated each other. It's a 2-2 tie. Bottom of the 9th, the Giants batting against the Astros. Terrio has gotten on to an infield single with a potential winning run. 1-1 pitch, curveball, swing and a miss. Nasty Alex, 1-2. Ethier, single, home run, 4 ribbies on the day. Hinshaw, number 41 for the Padres, swing and a miss. Beautiful move again. Man, oh man. Ethier's staring at us, and what was that? That was strike three.
That was strike three. It was the filthy slider after you saw the curveball and the pitch before that. That is a nasty combination. 77 miles on the curveball, 84 on the slider. Thanks for coming.
Juan Rivera. People remember in terms of that rivalry in the New York Giants and the Brooklyn Dodgers when Jackie Robinson was traded to the Giants and said, "Are you kidding? I hate them. I'd rather retire than go to the Giants." They said, "Well, he'll change his mind." No. He retired. He would not accept a trade to the Giants. He hated them. Just outside, ball one. And he wrote a letter to Horace Stoneham. I've seen a copy of that letter. You know, basically being very classy and saying, "Mr. Stoneham, it's nothing against you, nothing against the Giants. I just feel it's my time to retire." He was taking the high road, but it truly was. He thought he could still play a little bit, but he was not going to play for the Giants in New York. .65 LA, 1-0, swing and a miss, chasing outside on the fastball. Juan Rivera has had a single in 3 tries, had a base-loaded walk. Back against Volquez in the 3rd. If you just tuned in, Volquez 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. Not bad, not good. No decision.
Kept him in the game.
Yep. Luke Gregerson, warming if needed. Left-hander Kennedy out of the ball game, pitch in the dirt, another fine block by Grandal.
You know, it's interesting in watching Grandal block balls. It just seems like he has a pretty good sense sometimes of when to just go to the knees, take it off the chest, and just be very traditional about it. And there's other times where he realizes, look, I'm going to have to be a little more athletic on this one because it's bouncing 4 feet in front of me. And he's been able to do both very, very effectively.
Rivera, right-handed batter, the lefty Alex Hinshaw from Claremont, California. 2-1 on the way. Grounded sharply. Chase. What a great stop on a smash. Up to make the throw to second base. The force play on Ellis. And that is all. Chase just makes all the plays. Underrated, man. All the plays. That's all for Rivera. That's all for the Dodgers. They keep their shot there with 1 run down with the lead walk and a man left to the 9th inning. Alonso. Venable Maybin against the closer Kenley Jansen. 6-5 Dodgers to the 9th. This is the San Diego Sports Leader. This is Double X 1090.
It's summertime, and at your Toyota dealer, we've got what it takes. Now save thousands with 0 APR on a 2012 Corolla or RAV4 on a new Venza, Avalon, or Sienna. 0 APR on Highlander or Tundra. And for the first time ever, you can even get 0 APR on a 2012 Sequoia. So come celebrate summer and save thousands with 0% financing on fuel-efficient Toyota cars, versatile SUVs, and top Toyota trucks.
San Diego's sports leader, Double X 1090.
Another style added to your summer wardrobe with a pair of exclusive Padres sunglasses. You can have the boys against the Astros in this next series. It comes up on Monday, 7:05, but the Thursday game. That's a Thursday night. So remember, on this series, a Wednesday day game, but a Thursday night. And that Thursday night, July 19, a pair of Padres sunglasses presented by Knockaround Sunglasses. Tickets at 619-795-5555 during business hours, which is not now, but now and anytime at Padres.com for the Thursday night game in the yard. Beautiful downtown Petco then. Dodger Stadium now. 6-5 Los Angeles. A 1-run win for them yesterday. Trying to do the very same thing again here today. Padres have had a lead of 1-0 in the first. Tied in the bottom half. Twice down by 2 runs. Twice they've cut it to 1. Kenley Jansen on. Save yesterday. It was number 16. Got away with a 2-out walk. That's all. Now 6, 7, 8 batters. Yonder Alonso, Will Venable, Cameron Maybin. Swing and a miss yonder. Strike 1.
Starts him off with that cutter. We saw almost exclusively cutters in his save last night. He throws that 88 to 91 miles an hour. And we saw him earlier in the season. He threw a lot more four-seam fastballs, which reached 95, 96.
Jansen, 41st appearance. 2:01 on the ERA. Line drive, base hit left field. The tying run is aboard. Yonder Alonso. We've seen him go Oppo a bunch of times opposite way, up and throwing Anthony Gwynn. Lead man aboard.
Nice piece of hitting. And tried to throw another cutter in on his hands. That one didn't cut nearly as much as the previous pitch. Left it out over just enough. And Yonder Alonso doing a nice piece of hitting, lining it opposite field. Great way to start the inning. Hey, Padre Baseball brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, many locations open late, some 24 hours. I'm loving it.
Here's Will Venable. Didn't face Yonder, didn't face Will yesterday, facing him here. Venable only 1 for 6 against him the last couple of years. As in the so-called lifetime stats, the white fours. Now you got the left-handed batter. Now you got the first baseman Herrera holding on, creating a bigger hole on the right side for Will if he can pull this guy. And he'll step off and look Yonder back at first. That's not Yonder. That's Everth Cabrera running for Yonder, the pinch runner.
The other thing that's happened now is it opens the door for Mark Kotsay to get in at bat.
Cameron Maybin on deck. Then Hinshaw on the 9 spot, hence the name of the pinch hitter. Throw to first, just a lob. Giants did not score in the bottom of the 9th. They've gone extras. 2-2 with the Astros in San Francisco. This team that is a half game behind Dodgers in the National League West. Everything else in the NL is done, but here in San Fran. Padres lead single. Yonder, 7th hit for the ball club. 2-11 for the Dodgers. 2 home runs. Padres, 1 LA. Pitch, fastball, strike to Will Venable, who was 0 for 3. Keep in mind, by the way, in case I forget, Maybin on deck is 2 for 6 against Jansen. They've both been home runs. Positive karma? I have no idea. Stepping off again. Looking Cabrera back.
Well, I know Cam prefers hitting against the hard throwers. This would qualify. Juan Rivera's going out there, grab the rosin bag, chat with him a little bit from first base, on to the mound. Couple of words, done and done, as Will steps out. Biggest Dodger lead today, 2 runs twice. Biggest Padre lead, 1 run. On a run in the first on the ground out by Quinta. This one is line to right, left field. Base hit opposite way. Will Venable. There goes Cabrera. He's going to third. Head first wide. Safe at third. Speed. Everett read it really well. Great secondary lead on the way. Close play, but not that close. He had it all the way. And now the boys have the tying and go-ahead run the board. Nobody out in the top of the 9th. Great piece of hitting by Will Venable, and that is no mistake that he hits that ball opposite field. That is exactly what he's been working on since spring training, staying inside the ball, thinking about trying to hit the ball over the shortstop's head. And when you're facing a guy that's throwing a hard cutter, and Jansen tries to throw one on his hands, but Will's approach keeps his hands inside and is able to hit that ball into the left field for the base hit. And great aggressive base running by Cabrera to get himself 90 feet away.
Cameron Maybin. I mentioned his 2 lifetime home runs. 1 this year against Jansen from Curacao, home of Andruw Jones, who became a superstar coming out of those islands at age of 19 and being in that World Series for the Braves. And everybody knew about Jones, not just in Curacao. Maybin stepping in. 0 for 7 on the series, 0 for 3 day. First and third, and nobody out. Jansen set glove about face high, strike to Cameron on a fastball. Did I mention 6-5 LA? Cabrera third, Venable first. Great speed, both stations. Infield double play depth. They're back at second and short. Get a ground ball in play. You tie the game. The 0-1. He squares the bunt. Safety squeeze. Takes it outside 1-1.
I like that call. Safety squeeze. And if you're Cam Maben, you got to think about bunting that ball to the right side of the infield. Why? Well, the second baseman is close to second base. He can't cover first. Rivera is not the quickest first baseman. If you can push it through that right side, you can get yourself a base hit along with getting the run in.
Cameron, fly ball, ground out on a bunt attempt, down to third, and a line drive to second. That's the only ball to hit with any authority so far today. Big threat, top of the ninth. Most have stayed. 54,000. Sold out. Throw to first again. Venable right on the back. Billingsley. Marquee. 1:10 tomorrow. Astros Monday through Thursday. Night, day, night. Wednesday afternoon game. Jansen on a 1-1. Fouled it back. Fastball. In 1-2.
Went to the four-seamer that time. Started Cam off with a cutter, but that time he went with the hard four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour.
That, by the way, is not a 3:30, but a 12:30 Wednesday against Houston. Tying run. Pinch runner here with Cabrera for Yonder Alonso at third base. Outfield straight up. Medium depth. Kemp in center field. 1-2 pitch. Foul back from the hands. Got a little bit of it. Stayed alive. 93 mile an hour heater. So now what he averages.
With the four-seamer again. Trying to tie him up.
.16 saves, a .201. Opponents hitting .124. Oh, that's the second best of all relievers in the NL. They found their closer, Post Buxton. Time call by Cameron. Steps out. Single. The corners. Nobody out. Top of the ninth. 6-5 Los Angeles. Jansen again. He is set on the 1-2 pitch. Way outside on his breaking ball. Even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A look at Hoffey. Signs to his runner at first, and his batter at the plate. Kenley Jansen, another one of those strong arm catchers that they thought, wow, with that gun, we'll make you a pitcher. And it's worked out. Two pitch to Cameron Maben. Fastball fouled away. Battling. Espo in second deck, first base.
Nice at bat. Third time Cam has been able to foul off a 93, 94 mile an hour fastball hard in on his hands. He's been able to foul it off each time to stay alive.
Jansen, not just a catcher, but a big catcher.
Yeah, he takes up a lot of space back there.
6'5" and 260. Nice squat. Willemstad, Curacao, Dutch Islands. 6'5" Dodgers with Cabrera running for Yonder. He's the third base to tying run. Go-ahead runner. Will Venable held on to first by Juan Rivera. Another throw to first base, just a lob. One step, Will Venable on the sack. Cam steps out, that big breath. Shoulders shrugging up, down. You got to tell yourself to relax, but it's hard to do. Pitch on the way. Foul back again. Fastball on the hands at 93. Nice job.
Ellis is going to go out and have a little chat now with Jansen. Make sure they're on the same page about what they're trying to do. They were trying to go fastball away, try to overthrow it just a little bit, and it carried back over the middle of the plate. Cam able to foul it off. Staying alive, making Jansen work. Looking for that cookie that he can line into the outfield, put that run in, keep this inning going.
Maben in the 8th spot. Pitch number 8 of this battle with Kenley Jansen coming here shortly. Didn't face him yesterday when he got it done for save number 16. He has blown 3. There goes Venable, fouled out of play. He had a big jump. He had second base in his hip pocket. Fouled off, still 2 balls, 2 strikes with the runners back to the corners.
Boy, he had a huge jump. He was almost 2/3 the way down there before the ball was fouled off.
He is just chucking fastball after fastball. You would think he'd slip a slider 2-2, but he sure hasn't. Up on the top rail, Buddy Black on that first base side. Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball of the New York Yankees. Another ex-Yankee is managing the Dodgers after Joe Torre. 2-2, not going this time. Foul back again. Big time battle.
Oh, this is great. And Jansen, he just shrugged his shoulders after that one, kind of let him go and just said, "You've got to be kidding me. I just made the great pitch again." That's the 4th time he's been able to put that 4-seam 94-mile-an-hour heater in on the hands of Cam Maben. And a lot of times, one of those is going to work. Cam able to fight 4 of them off now to keep this at-bat going.
It was up. Easy to second guess. I mean, it was ball 3, but too close to take. He was hacking. Hard to hit that high fastball at that velocity, that's for sure. Everett Cabrera, the pinch runner at third, represents the tying run. Will Venable, the go-ahead run at first. Nobody out in the top of the 9th. 6-5 Los Angeles. Maybe the longest game to the top of the 9th all year, but if you win, who cares? Jansen again, 2-2 pitch, fastball. Taken to ball 3. Ooh, doggies, 95. The Dodger umpires out there in the stands are just really upset at Greg Gibson.
Hey, Greg's had a good look at that pitch. He's seen 5 or 6 of them in this at bat, and I think that did just miss a few inches in off the plate. But a great effort, great execution by Jansen, and very, very good eye by Cameron Maben not to chase after that one.
Second high fastball. It was, like Scan said, a little bit up and in. Ellis did a nice job to try to quickly frame it into more of the strike zone, but it was high and inside a tad. And believe me, if I thought Cameron had struck out, I'd say so. I don't think he did.
Well, that's just good baseball.
Now a 3-2 count. See if Buddy will send Venable again from first base with Cabrera at third. 9th inning rally and nobody out. Again, stepping off and bluffing the runners back to third and first.
You know, it's interesting, though, Ted. You made this comment a couple of pitches ago, and I agree with you. They've only thrown him one slider.
Amazing.
One sloppy slider this whole at bat. Everything else has been heaters.
And this is a guy that, be honest, the slider is public enemy number 1. It gets him out. I guess they don't want to get beat on their secondary pitch.
Well, Ellis may not have the confidence that he can get it close. Maybe he's been bouncing him and feels like, you know what, I'm not going to bounce this pitch, the tying run in from third. But he's abandoned that cutter, too, that we saw all last night, the righties and lefties.
Outfield again straight away. It's a great outfield defensively. Gwynn, Kemp, Ethier. In case it comes up play at the plate on the fly ball here. Set on the 3-2, no movement, swing and a miss, straight 3. Fastball at 94, little elevated, but in the zone. 1 away, unable to move the runners from first and third.
Well, the exact same pitch. It was just taken for a ball minus about 3 inches that it was on the corner. Hey, Cam had a swing at it, gave it his best shot, but it was by him.
What a battle. 11 pitch at bat with Cameron Maben fouling off some nasty fastballs and then finally missing one. First and third, 1 gone. 6-5 L.A. Mark Kotsay in the 9th spot for Alex Hinshaw.
Well, hopefully it's not all for naught, and that's a great at bat. You mentioned the pitches, 15 pitches now in the inning. Most of those to Cam Maben. Those are high intensity, high energy draining pitches right there with the game on the line. And maybe you've just worn them out just a hair for Mark Kotsay.
So they've used Guzman. Now Kotsay, their top 2 pinch hitters on the year. Mark a 288 hitter overall. And a lovely 300 average, 6 for 20 with a home run that beat the Brewers, his former team of a year ago.
Now, if you're Kotsay, you're asking yourself, am I going to see the same cutters that he threw the other left-handers that he faced this inning, or is he going to come 4-seam fastballs at me like he just did to Cam Maben? I'm thinking that he's going to go back to that cutter.
Lob throw to first, Venable on the bag. Kotsay has never faced Kenley Jansen. Doing it right now against his 24-year-old right-hander. Hey, kid, nice future. Nice arm. Started with a single by Alonso. Then the single by Venable that sent the pinch runner Cabrera to third, where he is now as a tying run. Kotsay will take up and in, ball one. Fastball 93. Jansen. Strikeout of Maben, his 64th strikeout of the year. Outrageous. The 1-0 fastball. High and outside. 2-0. 64 strikeouts to 14 walks. Wow. I mean, they're not as rolled as Chapman numbers, but they're close enough. 64 strikeouts in 40 2/3 innings. Ridiculous. I don't see too many closers were in number 74. But that's what he's got.
It's a heavy number, but he's got some broad shoulders to carry it.
First and third, one gone, down a run in the 9th inning. 2-0 pitch to Cox. Blow it inside. 3-0, not even close. Fastballs, all of them. Not a slider yet.
Four-seam fastball high. Didn't get him to chase. Then they tried four-seam fastball in on his hands. Missed inside for ball. That one was a cutter at 89. Missed with that one as well.
Amarista is on deck. That's the guy who got the walk from this guy, Jansen, in the 9th yesterday. When they got the tying run on, but could not get it done. Now they have the tying and go-ahead runs aboard. We'll see about the getting it done thing.
But he let him swing 3-0, Ted.
I'm going to take one myself. Ryan Venable goes. He takes one. And it's a strike. Venable has second base. That is big time. That is the go-ahead run.
And it gets you out of the double play as well.
Will, who was the stolen base leader 2 years ago, hadn't won much of it lately. Finally gets his 9th of the year, but been caught 6 times, a bad ratio. So hadn't been running much. That's all right now. Second and third, first base open. Go-ahead run is already aboard. And Jansen with a 3-1 pitch to Kotsay. Fastball, strike, full count.
Cutter upstairs. I don't think Mark Kotsay thought that was a strike. Turned around and said to Greg Gibson, "You sure is that the top part of the zone?" Gibson said, "Yep, that's it."
Single to start the inning in the top of the 9th. Third baseman Jerry Hairston, even with the bag. The 3-2 high fly ball infield. Coming in the second baseman Ellis on the grass and makes the grab. Unbelievable. Yep, fastball. 2 gone.
Give credit to Jansen. Down 3-0, he came back and made some good pitches. Anytime you get Mark Kotsay to pop up, you got to give yourself a pat on the back that he's not out of the woods yet.
Alexi Amarista. Now that defense probably said, "Look at this little guy. What's he going to do?" We've seen him do all right.
He can beat you is what he can do.
He's got that nice little quick bat, compact swing. Don Mattingly is crossing the third baseline as we speak. .65 Los Angeles. Jansen getting himself in a huge jam on the singles by Alonso and Venable. First and third, nobody out, down a run. Strikeout of Maben on the 11th pitch, 11th fastball of that at-bat. Then Kotsay on a 3-2 fastball pops it up in the infield. Now first and third, second and third after the stolen base by Venable, and 2 out. Conference, how are you going to pitch him? What are we going to do?
I think the conference might have been done. Mattingly asked him, "Do you want to walk the left-hander and go for the righty-righty matchup with Forsythe?" And I think Jansen was pretty much saying, "No, I want to go after this guy."
Ball Ball's in the closer's hand. He's at the right-hander, Josh Lindblom, warming, but he's not going to do that. Alexi today has had a double, his only hit. That was in the 8th inning, and scored a run. That made it a 1-run game on the RBI single by Carlos Quentin, who had homer back in the 4th to cut a 2-run lead, then by the Dodgers to 1. 6-5 LA, second and third, 2 gone. Pitch to Alexi, low on the fastball, ball 1.
Interesting matchup here, Ted. Why? Because all of Alexi's home runs have been on sliders and or cutters on the inner part of the half of the plate, and that is exactly what Jansen's been throwing left-handers tonight. This could be a good matchup for the Padres.
Jansen first called up in 2010. Made the club last year and again this year. Clearly. The 1-0 pitch. Low. Got away, but holding at third is Cabrera. A.J. Ellis went about 20 feet on the first base side toward the first base dugout in foul territory, but Everett never had a shot.
No, I think he did the right thing by holding up. He took a few steps, but he realized, you know what, not far enough away, and Jansen was able to cover home plate, so bang, bang at best. He did the right thing in holding up, Ted.
Yep, and I'm guessing Hoffy was saying, stay. Right alongside him there, now right in that third base coaching box. With Cabrera again representing the tying run. Will Venable with speed. A potential go-ahead run at second. 6-5 Los Angeles with 2 away now in the top of the 9th. Great country hardball for 2 straight days. The Claytons yesterday. Kershaw and Richard. Harang and Volquez today. Now on the bullpens. With the Dodger closer, 2 balls, no strikes, delivering to Alexi. That is in there for a strike. 2-1. Kieran on a 2-0 strike that they thought was like strike 3.
Well, that pitch was high. That pitch is up around his armpits. That's a strike to somebody who's 6'4", 6'5", and out to a guy that's 5'5".
Playing Alexi straight up in the outfield again, fairly shallow to medium depth is Kemp in center. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. I think he cut it. I know he took it off down to 89 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the fastball.
It was a cutter. The same pitch he had thrown him previously, which was the high cutter. He got called strike. He threw another one up there, and Amarista got a good swing on it. And now they're going to try to steal home.
And they do want to throw home. The ball gets away. 1-run score. They still go get the ball behind the screen. Nobody backing up. And Venable will score to put the Padres ahead. You talk about gutsy riverboat gambler type. Cabrera with the ball in the pitcher's hand just comes home full speed ahead and scores. The throw goes way over A.J. Ellis's head all the way to the backstop. By the time he can go back there and Jansen can cover the plate, Venable never stopped. Hoffy brought him right through and he scores. Unbelievable.
What great anticipation by Everett Cabrera. When you watch a pitcher's routine on the mound, you know what he's going to do. And Jansen puts his head down. He starts kicking at the mound. Cabby just takes a slow walk off. He times it perfectly, and as soon as Jansen's looking down, he takes off and steals home plate. That is just great heads-up base running, and good follow-up base running by Will Venable as well.
Double steal. Amazing. Amarista on the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to second base. Ellis, as in Mark Ellis, on the first. I've not seen one like that in I don't know how long.
I've never seen one like that,
No.
Ted. That is just great heads-up base running of just taking advantage of a pitcher's lackadaisical motion and taking his eye off the base runner at third base. That is just straight credit to Glenn Hoffman and Everett Cabrera to steal this ball game.
Stealing is what the Padres have done on a double steal of home by the pinch runner Everett Cabrera and Will Venable, who had stolen second to put him in place there to come around with that huge foul territory behind home plate. By the time they could cover the plate, 2 Padres had scored to lead the game. To the bottom of the 9th now, 7-6. My Padres over the Dodgers. San Diego Sports Leader, XX 1090.
For over 25 years, Lolita's Taco Shops have served some of the best Mexican food available in San Diego. Patience and quality ingredients make their food superb. Lolita's has 5 locations throughout the county, 2 in Chula Vista, 1 in Bonita, 1 in San Diego, and their downtown location just outside right field at Petco Park, where you can enjoy happy hour every in the program.
Padres baseball on San Diego Sports Leader, XX 1090.
Dodger Stadium crowd just in shock. Absolute shock. On a headfirst slide by Everett Cabrera. And the shocking part to me was that Greg Gibson, of course, on his headfirst slide, had called him out. And then saw that the ball had gotten away from A.J. Ellis behind him. Then he called him safe. And then Will Venable never stopping with second base, going around third, coming in. And he scores by the time that Jansen could go and couldn't even make a throw to Jansen at the plate when Ed Ellis went way to the backstop. And I mean, it's big territory, the biggest in the National League from home plate to the stands. Used to be even bigger, but it's big enough now to allow both to steal home and a 7-6 Padre lead. As the closer, Houston Street, comes on. James Loney hitting for the pitcher. Jansen in the 6th spot after the earlier double switch. Loney's first appearance of the series. Pitched by Houston. He is low and outside, ball 1.
The Dodgers just have to be numb at this point. I've never seen a play like that. I'm sure they haven't either. They can't believe that they just gave this game away. And it wasn't so much that they gave it away as much as the Padres just stole it from them.
Now 16. Houston Street coming in with a breaking ball strike on his slider, 1-1. All-star representative, as you know, was told by Tony La Russa, you're one of the guys I need in case we go through one of those Milwaukee fiascos where we're tied and we don't have anybody. Now we'll have you. So he did not appear, though he was an all-star for the very first time in his career. Loney, then A.J. Ellis, then Cruz coming back with that slider again. Foul back right to the on-deck circle, third base. 1-2.
Don't forget the second part of that play, and you described it perfectly. But Will Venable, he didn't realize Cabby was going to go right there. He was actually standing about 2 feet away from second base. He looked up, saw Cabby was going, then he got on his horse and rounded all the way from second base to give the Padres the lead.
And they said stolen base Cabrera, E1 to Jansen. Check swing foul, third base again to the on-deck circle to A.J. Ellis. So the ruling was stolen base. E1 to score the second run. Technically not a double steal based on that scoring. And again, Cabrera on the head first slide. Called out on the throw. Jansen to Ellis, and Ellis dropped it. 1-2. Low. Slider again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The left hand hitting James Loney. Had a bad first half in terms of hitting. Didn't have much power to begin with. 247. And basically, I think he's lost the first base job in the last year of his contract. It's unlikely the Dodgers, new ownership or not, will bring him back. He is 2 for 10 as a pinch hitter. Now Houston Street on the 2-2. Ground ball, second base, Forsythe. 2 is left with the grab. And the throw. One away in the bottom of the ninth. Defensively here, Everett Cabrera, the pinch runner who stole home to tie the game. He takes over at shortstop. And Kotze, the pinch hitter, stays in for Yonder Alonso, who was run for with the runner Cabrera, to eventually score that tying run. 1 away. So normally Carlos Quentin would be replaced in left field, but he's not. He is still out there with Maben in center, Venable right. Here's A.J. Ellis. 7-6 Padres. Delivery by Houston Street. Low and outside. Fastball. Ball 1. He worked the last game against Cincinnati on that Sunday before the All-Star break. 1 inning, 1 hit, couple of walks, couple of strikeouts. The 1-0 swing and a miss. Late change, 1-1.
Ellis has been out front of the changeup all night long, whether it's Volquez or now Houston Street.
Right-hander Wines, one of the few relievers with a full windup, as you know. It's outside. Coming back to his slider. 2 balls and a strike. Houston looking for 14 saves in 14 opportunities. He's 2 outs away. With a 2-1 count to Ellis. Luis Cruz in the 8th spot is on deck. Street's pitch. Didn't get the call. Outside, 3-1. Now Houston winds on the 3-1 pitch. Strike call. Full count.
Paint. Not too many guys that can do that. You fall behind the count, you just go right to that outside corner on the black. Houston Street's one of them.
There's a great pitch right there. Ellis is 0 for 4. In the series, 0 for 7. Got some pop, though. Got to be careful. 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chasing on a ball breaking low and away from the right-handed batter. Strikeout and 2 gone with a 1-run Padre lead. Took this thing out of nowhere.
Yeah. Good changeup by Houston Street. They have just flummoxed Ellis with that changeup all night long.
Two out, nobody on. Luis Cruz, the rookie for the injured D. Gordon, has taken over at shortstop. 2 out, nobody on, and Street's first one is now back out of play. Second deck, first base. Hinshaw would win it. Jansen would lose it. It would be Hinch's first as a Padre. Maybe half of the 54,000 are still here. They thought it was in the bag. Cruz has had an 0 for 3 tonight. An 0-1 slider, low and outside, 1-1. This kid has never faced Houston Street. Houston from Austin, Texas. Dad, a big-time football star at UT, the way before. And the 1-1 ground ball on the left side. Cabrera with a second hop. Got to hurry on that throw. And he does. And this ball game belongs to the San Diego Padres, tying a game on a steal at home and then an error to bring home a second run. Something I have literally never seen the Padres do in the 9th inning of any game here or anywhere ever in 3 decades. 7-6 Padres, a signature amazing baseball game. And the first 2, even the Dodger win, was an amazing game. This one was an amazing game / Padre win in an unlikely fashion that literally shocked this crowd into dead silence in the top of the 9th. And Houston Street goes 1-2-3 for his save in the bottom of the 9th. 7-6 Padres. Back for the wrap in a moment. Dodger Stadium, San Diego Padre baseball on the San Diego Sports Leader, XX 1090.
Growing tall.
It's the old, you come to a ballpark and you never know if you may see something you've never seen before. I have never seen that particular play on a steal at home in the 9th inning. Cabrera called out. Ball gets away. He is called safe. Game tied, and right behind him like a freight train, Will Venable's going all the way to score. After he had stolen second, after his single, he gets the go-ahead run. It stood up with the 1-2-3 save in the bottom of the 9th by Houston Street. That's one in that particular way I have ever, never seen in a Padre game. I haven't seen one on television in a non-Padre game. Will Venable, that is something. Steal a home and then an error to bring home the second run. Venable scores that winning run. And again, Cabrera thrown out by Jansen on his steal of home head first slide. That's very dangerous, but he is able to be called after being called out. I never really saw the replay if he really was out. Not that I'm a cynic in any way, but the ball came out, and then Gibson reversed his call and said safe, and then right behind him came Will Venable to win the ball game. So these are the totals of the Padres. Get the 2 there against Jansen, who had shut him down yesterday to get his 16th save. No, now he blows his 4th save this year. And instead, Houston Street gets his save. The totals with the Padres: 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 3 left. And the Dodgers: 6 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors, and 11 left on base. Alex Hinshaw wins his first. The former Aztec and Giant is 1-1 now with his first Padre win. Kenley Jansen blown the save. He's the loser. He goes to 4-3. And as mentioned, Houston Street, 14th save in 14 opportunities. 3 hours and 34 minutes to play 9 innings in front of 54,014. The series, 1-1. The rubber game in a match tomorrow at 1:10 with Jason Marquis against Chad Billingsley in the final one of this series. And the boys will bus on back for the Astros coming beginning Monday night at 7:05. What a game, what a game, what a game. What an ending on a steal of home and an error to produce 2 runs with 2 out in the top of the 9th. I'm Ted Leitner for Bob Scanlon and Andy Mazer. Jerry Coleman, our producer Dave Mark, is here. Dan Noon is there at the XX Studios with Ted Mendenhall and Jordan Caruth, and the post-game show. The last 2 to be contested, done. The extra inning game in San Francisco and a non-extra inning game thanks to the base running of Cabrera and Venable and the coaching of Huffman at third base in that top of the 9th. 7-6, Padres the winner and the final. Good night from Dodger Stadium, XX 1090 and the San Diego Padres Radio Network.